Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards, adventure number 7. We are so glad to have all of you here. Well, almost all of you here. Glad to have you with us. We're excited to be with you on this next adventure. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Come join the live show if you'd like to chat and say hi and see what's going on. You're probably also hearing us on our podcast. You can catch us on all the major podcast platforms, and we dump our video out to YouTube as well. You can see the battles forming and our smiling, awesome faces there too. Catch all that and more on our website, ingloriousbards.com. We have some amazing adventurers here. If you are trying to catch up to the show and want to get a head start, there's also a, what would you call it, Jeremy? An up-to-the-minute recap for the first 5 adventures. You're certainly welcome to jump into that if you want to catch up real fast and join us. Let's get an introduction of our heroes with our wizard, Valamir Almarin Greyspell III.
So close.
Almarin Greyspell III indeed. Well done, Mr. DM. Woo. Well done. Wizard extraordinaire.
Wonderful.
All of that was his title.
Next to him is our halfling bard, Aragus Willoughby. Say hi, Aragus.
Aragus Willoughby, always a pleasure to be here, my dear fellow. Always a pleasure indeed.
And we have our our gnome, gnome tinkerer, artificer, Fiona Tumblepot.
I'm Fiona, the comic relief of the bunch.
And we have her trusty companion, Vessel, the Warforged cleric.
I am Vessel, child of Soleen. I watch these and keep them alive as best I can.
Next to them is our fighter of the group, Cole Boulderfall.
Don't let the fighter word scare you. Yes, I'm a fighter, but I don't start all my fights. But you can believe I'm going to finish them.
Fantastic. And we have his brother, Cavan Boulderfall, who has joined us from being gone last week. Welcome, Cavan.
Baby brother.
I'm still asleep, I think.
Oh, you didn't tell him?
No, didn't tell him. And our last member we want to greet and thank for being here is Bat Sammy with 15 months subscription here at Twitch TV.
Wow.
Holy cow, Bat Sammy.
Love us.
That's longer than us.
Thank you so much. All right, let's get a recap of what happened last session from Seth.
Hello! Having been exhausted from the fight with the Shades and the potential fight with the Lich, Cavan falls down exhausted. The Church of Soleen agrees to take care of him. The rest of the adventurers continue on. They head back to the Lumine Academy. The dean of the school, elated with the recent goings-on, gifts them a book loaded with wizard spells. The local guards also seem to be cracking down on the use of magic in town. It's not very awesome. Cole, broken off from the rest of the group on a breakfast mission, happens upon something weird. A bright flash of light bounces around and a naked gnome appears. Belsire, a wizard from Azamir, was trying to teleport directly to the academy. Something went wrong. Cole, with his new little companion, finds his friends, and it turns out that there are 2 magical beacons in the city that can be teleported to. Galaciaris thinks they may need to be realigned. So the adventurers head out to one of the beacons to find that it is in the middle of a bay next to a lighthouse. Not being able to figure the beacon out, the adventurers are met by goblins in a boat. They kill them, and Aragus reasons these little fuckers are coming from the lighthouse. So they sail their little boat, the Limp Shrimp, over to the lighthouse and kick in the door. They find a handful of hobgoblins. A couple get killed, and Valamir puts a couple to sleep. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
In the bay outside the city of Azamir, a long river connects running north through south through the kingdom of Calavier. In this bay is one large outcropping of rock upon which stands a lighthouse, a rather thick and girthy lighthouse, apparently, that is wide. Upon this lighthouse, it rises up, but there is a dark storm brewing over. Lightning and thunder occasionally crash and rain, but it's very focused over this particular lighthouse. Our heroes have left the Limp Shrimp sailing boat behind and have traveled up into this lighthouse, fought their way through, and are now standing at the bottom of this lighthouse. There's some stairs that go up to this huge vaulted ceiling where there's another floor up near the top. You can hear another crash of thunder. There are several dead hobgoblins. I believe there are 2 sleeping ones not too far away from you all. We have some heroes that are badly wounded, I believe Vessel, and some, and most I think, are doing in pretty good shape beyond that. In particular, you hear up above a little voice go, "No, no, go, go, go! Someone's coming, go!" And you hear a slam of a door from up above. What would the 5 of you like to do as your paladin Cavan is not here?
We should go back for Cavan.
We just got here.
Vessel needs to heal himself. Will cast Cure Wounds upon himself.
Cole's gonna keep watch, and unless someone says otherwise, probably move towards that door.
Yeah.
Heals 13.
You heal 13?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, I'd say we, I guess, continue our aggressive approach and head for the door.
What's it harmed us so already? You guys.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with
hobgoblins.
these 2 sleepy ones?
They're starting to get restless. Duration 1 minute.
Cool.
Yeah. Coup de grace.
Ooh.
Go will take him out.
I thought this would be more of a scene here, more of a discussion. And innocent Fiona is going with the little throat slitting gesture. All right.
We've learned our lesson.
The double tap. So what's happening, Cole? And I will need to hear this in detail.
Well, it depends on how bad the details should be. This isn't really a time of quiet efficiency. This is just going to be a moment of just ending the process. So I have a giant morning star, and unless anyone says otherwise, I'm going to go.
Oh, and by the way, there are 2 hobgoblins next to each other. One's a little smaller than the other and has the same kind of facial characteristics as the larger one.
Okay.
Some sort of familiar connection.
That's creepy. We're going to get that one first, just to make sure that's out of the way, so we don't have to worry about weird similarities
And
or sounds.
it starts to stir in its sleep and just
they're holding hands.
instinctively rolls over and spoons the larger one.
Yeah,
At least they go together.
yeah. That's no one's going to miss anyone at this point, right? So we'll just get rid of them together. So
Only- Wait, Vessel says, only Soleen is watching.
As we all turn our backs.
As he covers his eye.
now kind of the hand in the palm.
It's a spiked.
I recognize right now, if Cavan were here, he would have had something to say. But he's not. So I'm just going to smash him Gallagher style and just get it out of the way.
All right. Smash him Gallagher style it is.
We
Oh
all
my
pull up
God.
little plastic.
Giggle. In your late 80s outfits. Yes. You smash their heads open. and
Open.
it's.
I mean, if you're going to do a Gallagher style, you don't halfway.
Yeah, you get to see the seeds come out from the inside. All right, you've smashed their heads open, Cole. And as you stand there bloodily, is there a thought or or that in your mind or something that you say?
I get both of those. Mark my kills.
Now. I was the one that put them down in the first place.
saw
I
them
believe
first.
those kills should go to myself. Thank you.
If we're going to count on the assist kills in here, I'm going to mark down about 10 more that I've got.
I could have just as easily slit their throats
And
as
yeah,
you.
you turned around, keeping the kills. Let's go!
All right, you guys walk up some stairs.
He can't count anyways.
I got 3!
I've been erasing some every once in a while.
You clamber up the stairs. Who is taking the lead in the stairs?
If we're going up the door, I will head first.
Okay.
Especially with a vessel healing himself now, I think I'm just gonna. If you can take up the rear, if you want to.
Sure.
So Vessel's bringing up the rear.
Valamir can go second, I suppose.
I shall bring up the middle.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Middle.
We don't have Cavan's shield, so we gotta just.
Paddle piddle in the middle.
And a spell goes firing off accidentally.
No. What?
His fingers should know.
The magic doesn't care who casts it.
It's the words, man! It's the words!
Don't say that's what I like, ooh, baby. One-handed. Anyways,
The one-handed tent pitcher.
we missed you, Tim.
Is there anything in this first room, just like a cot, I'm guessing? Anything if we might notice at all?
No, just dripping water through holes in the wall that's sliding in, and some holes in the roof above.
Okay.
Stone construction, old, and you did not see a light on when you approached this lighthouse. Even though it was daytime, it's still dark, very dark cloud right over this place. All right, you make your way up, led by Cole Boulderfall. Fighter Cole, as you reach the top of these stairs, two things of note. One, there is a thin wooden railing connected to these stairs that spiral around
Okay, so
to
swing
a
up the side.
big drop. About 40, 50 feet. Not a big drop, but a decent drop for level 2s. And as you make your way up to the top, you arrive at a trap door. Wooden trap door.
So, I want to be clear, going up the stairs, the trapdoor is above my head, right?
Yes.
I'm not like walking onto a trap. Oh, I should have seen it and just fall.
Correct.
40 feet. Okay.
You fall up.
I will so my morning star is 1.5 feet long. So I'm going to push that upward to see if I can open up the door.
All right.
If it just lifts.
There is resistance.
Like weight resistance or like it's locked resistance?
Weight resistance.
Okay. Knock, knock. And instead I will shoulder and throw my weight up into the door to stand up, which basically means as a trapdoor goes, I'm going to get up close to it, crouch, and then I'm going to literally stand up into the door.
Okay. I want you to actually roll for this. You're almost guaranteed to get it. You're going to make an athletics 8, but if you fail, you're going to strain your shoulder and gain a fatigue point.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
Nope. 21.
Oh.
Oh no.
You throw your shoulder and you hear "Mark!" a hobgoblin-y sound, and then thunk, you launch someone off, and then they landed back down and send you back down, crashing down into number 2.
Yup.
Valamir, who stops falling back into the next
I
and
will
the
get
next. And it comes right back down again, but then you hear the scampering of footsteps, and then you hear another door slamming sound.
Reattempt.
Okay, you reattempt. It goes flying off and almost swings back and smashes into you. And you see there is a second floor way raised up near the top of this tower. There's a room maybe 80 feet wide, but only 20 feet deep, if you will. And there's a room there with 2 doors. And I have a map to show you all.
I like maps. Maps are good.
Real map.
And as you look at that map, Cavan Boulderfall wakes up the evening before.
Oh.
My sausages.
That's not what he says.
Cavan, you wake up groggy, rubbing your eyes. You feel cold and very tired. You have fatigue level 5.
What?
Oh, dang.
So with our house rules, we go up to fatigue level 1 to 10, 0 to 10, and each level is minus that much from every roll that you make.
How?
You get 5 days of sleep.
That's what happens when you miss stuff.
Yeah. You feel just achy and cold down to your very plums.
We call them huesos.
You rub your eyes, you blink, you look around and find yourself in a room of convalescence with several other empty cots around you, a couple wooden shelves with some basic medicinal supplies, bandages, some ointments and salves, and 6 acolytes sitting around you. They look somber. The room is darkened with a couple candles, adding a little bit of light. You even see one is teary-eyed. And there is a priest here, Priest Pamet, who... I said that right? Right? Pamet?
Hammett.
For some reason I had an L there.
Pamet.
Yeah, Pamet.
Is it
He's the
Pamet?
elf priest you guys have interacted with before. Who I don't think you had a great interaction with,
No.
Cavan.
Mm-mm.
He is sitting contemplatively on a cot across from you and looks at you with his hands folded. And as you start to stir, he places a thin elven hand upon your shoulder and says, No, rest some more. You've been through a lot.
How long has it been?
Well, it's lucky you just drifted through the core systems. It's blind luck they picked you up. Aliens reference. Sorry.
Every episode, there's just one more. One more.
Get it in there.
Get it out of your system, Tom. He says, it's been most of the day, but you need your rest. You were attacked by a powerful being. Your friend said it was possibly an undead sorcerer.
No, I attacked him. I destroyed him.
They said that you held him off. You led your friends to take on this great power, and we owe you our thanks.
It's it's what Soleen would want me to do.
He says, here, and he gets a ladle out of a bucket and gives you the purest, cleanest water you've ever had in your life, and it dribbles down your chin a little bit. He mops it up with his sleeve and
This
says,
is my sexy scene.
and says, it's not the English patient, and says, relax, rest some more. And he tries to soothe you back to sleep with everyone watching you.
Can you?
I've seen this movie.
Cavan just like rolls over on the cot, but like he's so big that he's old. He pulls the blanket over, and you see his back and backside just exposed.
It is sometime later. You wake up and you are fatigue level 4.
Okay.
And a different acolyte is there who says, I was told to make sure you eat something, and provides you with some sort of roasted pheasant that's pretty good, some salad, and some sort of noodly dish with an extra layer of cheese on top. Provides you a plate of those foods and says, you need to eat, but you still need some rest.
Thank you. It's very delicious.
I think I'm going to get out of combat music for this.
I'm all carbs.
You're already ready.
I like this. What are these vegetables?
I don't know. Tom didn't taste those.
It's called macaroni
I'm
and
not
cheese.
used to eating such delicate food.
And he watches you eat, but you grow groggy again and fall back asleep. It is sometime later, and you wake up again, and you are fatigue level 3.
Okay.
And there you see Priest Pamet is there again, and he sees you nodding and says, "How are you? How are you feeling?"
Fatigued.
About what?
Point to the face. I feel I don't know why I feel so tired, so drained of energy.
It was dark, foul magic for sure, and you and your friends protected the church from it, and I fear you've taken the brunt of it.
It's what I do. I protect my friends.
Well, again, rest all you need, but when you're feeling up to it, you have a visitor. An armed man who's eager to meet you.
Am I in trouble?
Oh, heavens no. Anything but.
Why is he armed?
That's what knights do, I believe.
A knight. May I see him now?
He looks you over and says, all right. And he walks off, mumbles something to an acolyte who starts ladling you again. And after a few moments, a knight comes walking in wearing sweet plate mail armor still. Looks a little bit sweaty with his helm off. He has his big sword hanging off of his side, huge sword, a shield strapped to his back. And he comes striding in. As he does so, he looks over at you, sits down on the cot next to you, and we are forward in time back at the top of the light tower, the lighthouse. We have our map on display. There are 2 doors to the north. You are in the south part of this circular area. There are 2 doors to the north. Chris, you're in charge of our battle map.
Yep.
When you are ready, you can set up whoever, wherever, and then you single click on a door to open it.
Okay.
But don't drag anyone beyond the door. You'll reveal what's there.
Gotcha. Were we able to, Cole or I able to ascertain by sound or anything which door has just been gone through? Like, is there dust or disturbed or something that would be...
Footprints. Footprints are helpful.
Yeah, a telltale sign.
Cole, make a perception roll, like 16.
Good choices. 17!
Cole, you can see
With a +0.
that there's some dust that's disturbed a lot to the left, heading towards that door, a little to the right, and there is also a flickering warm light on the left door coming underneath.
I'm going to say left. I see light, and there's a lot of movement that's happening up here.
Everybody okay with where everybody is?
Yep.
Anybody want to be anywhere else?
You could put me back by Vessel.
So the group is lining up at the door.
Lining up at the door, and you can put me... Do you want me off to the side like that, Valimir?
You can be in there. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. So it is Cole in the lead, and Aragus and Valimir kind of off to either side of him, and Fiona and Vessel behind them and to the east. And we're going to open this left-handed door to the north.
All right, the door opens and creaks open. You see a bed that looks to have been left disheveled in a hurry, and across next to that bed is a warm, glowing stove.
Gonna peek my head in real quick and see if there's anything else going on in here. Literally, like I'm stepping into the room to look around.
All right, as soon as you do, you are attacked with a blade that comes down from a hidden hobgoblin waiting just outside.
Can I bring him in?
He swings at you with a 5 to hit, and you until you just did a little pop in.
Yeah. What?
Almost like a guillotine comes swinging down and misses. And an arrow comes flying from the other side of the room and hits the door frame next to you.
All right. I charge in and I move to the hobgoblin that was behind the door.
Yeah, not a gobhoblin. That's a
Gobhoblin.
whole different thing. Do not want those guys.
Don't
Yeah,
be doing no gobhoblin here.
as you step inside, you see there are 2 hobgoblins in here. There's a crude dinner table. This is the quarters of the lighthouse keeper. And there are two hobgoblins, one right next to the door, another about 20, 30 feet away, taking cover behind a table. You're running right next to this hobgoblin that's right there, and you may continue your turn.
I will swing it back at him since his axe is down for 20 to hit.
Is definitely a hit.
11 damage.
That's kills him in a single blow.
Wow.
Woo! Oh, no, wait, well, sorry. I read the numbers backwards. 9 damage. Does that still kill him?
That does not kill him in a single blow.
If you read the numbers backwards, it'd still be 11.
What? No, 6 and 3. I had a 5 and a 3 that I swapped.
Looks like it's. Oh, there we go. We got initiative, I suppose.
All right. You are done. We're going to say that was you. Next up is Valamir.
Ugh. I've wanted to be really high in initiative, but I haven't been until now, and I really don't want to be this high in initiative on
I've wanted to be
this
really
particular turn.
Can you delay?
You can.
I'm not gonna.
It's goblins.
I know. I'm running in.
You
Take
run
it
into the
easy.
room.
Yep.
Right beside Cole, next to this hobgoblin.
I do that, and I have drawn my dagger. I go, ha! Avastia! And
Wow.
attack.
Boldly.
Yeah.
Meleeing. Are you out of spell slots? Is that the issue?
Pretty low. Let's just say.
Cole's surprised that you have a dagger.
It's called the dagger of spell slots.
11 to hit.
11 to hit is a miss.
12.
Easily.
How about 12?
12 glances off his armor.
Okay.
Easily. All right. The hobgoblins go. One is going to shoot at the wizard from across the room. He fires his bow. Longbow is fired. Valamir, that is a total of 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Shunk, you've been hit for 8 points of piercing damage.
That will hurt.
Your AC is low.
It's 15.
It's low.
Yeah.
pretty high for a wizard, right?
I would be pretty excited to have an AC of 15.
What's your hit points at now?
6.
6. All right. The other hobgoblin strikes at the fighter Cole with his blade. Tried to kill you before as a reaction. Now he's swinging, and that is a 11 to hit.
No.
Fiona, you're up. You're outside this room.
Yeah, I see these arrows coming from the far side, but I can't see where they're coming from, so I'm going to step into the room and, to the left of the door, so I'm not blocking it.
The door there.
Thank you.
And have my crossbow out, and I'm going to fire some arrows back. Hit that one across the room.
All right.
Ooh, a 14 to hit.
14's a miss.
Awesome.
And he also has light cover, by the way.
Okay.
Aragus, also back outside the room.
Argus will run into the room heroically. Creme brulee! He will get 25 feet in. He will look at the one to the northwest.
How far in? You can get to.
Yeah, just somewhere so I'm not blocking anybody else, really, as best you can. Maybe by the light.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, and I look to that one, and I just say, I would insult your parents, but I think Cole just killed them. And I cast Vicious Mockery.
That's a good one.
It's just, ow! I did it. It hurts.
So wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is your cantrip thing that you
Yeah.
do? Okay. I am actually going to do that with disadvantage because that was a good one.
12 is your target.
Wisdom?
Yep.
Wisdom? How do I roll? It's always so weird. With disadvantage. He rolls a total of, that is a failure. 4.
All right, he takes 2 psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on attack rolls before the end of his next turn.
Okay.
He is mocked.
Vessel, you are still outside the room about 20 feet.
Vessel will go in as far as he can go to 30 feet. There we go. raises out a quick little hand and flashes his sacred flame, goes skittering across the floor, creating little runes and whatnot, and juts up underneath the arrow. The
firing
archer guy.
Shoot,
Yeah.
cover doesn't help him at all, does it?
No, it does not.
Is this a wisdom save?
It's a dex save.
Dex
if
save?
he fails, I make the damage.
Here it comes. It is looking good. 13?
13's what I need.
Oh, he passed it off. He is, I don't know, ducks under the rune somehow. The table lights up. There's a little bit of a fire on the table. Let's go ahead and give Cole another shot here. Cole, you're last in initiative.
Yeah.
Right next to this critically wounded dude.
Swung left, swing right. Go. Ooh, that's not going to do it. 8.
8 is nothing. He parries that away, and you almost cleave into your wounded wizard. Speaking of which, Valamir.
Oh, hang on a second. Valamir. Cole doesn't like that, and he's going to take a huff and pull up an action surge to do it again.
Oh.
And re-swing.
Yep.
Yeah, 20
20 is a hit.
for 6 damage.
That is a great action surge. He is destroyed.
I then turn around, like I hit him, and I don't even wait for him to fall over. I just turn around and finger point to the other guy across the room and start menacingly walking towards him.
All
I don't
right.
run. I just clomp. All 30 feet.
All right. As
is.
you clomp over there, you see there is another hobgoblin to the north in this room, hiding and waiting.
Oh, I
Just
should have seen
revealed.
that coming. They did it twice.
The one next to the table changes position just a little bit to get the table between you and him, and then fires his bow at you.
At disadvantage.
Yep. Because of the
Vicious mockery.
vicious
Remember, I killed his parents.
Mockery.
This guy.
That's still dripping
Disadvantage.
from his morning star, apparently.
Papa, Papa, is that you? Not Papa.
Why are you making me feel weird?
Your lineage is sticky.
I recognize that blood.
All right, here we go. Longbow attack. That is a total of 16 or 19 to hit Cole.
So 19 if it's advantage, 16 if it's disadvantage is a miss.
That's a miss.
Yep.
Oh, Vicious Mockery just saved 7 points of damage right there.
Nice.
However, there's another hobgoblin, and he charges at you, Cole, and swings with his long sword. I keep pinning this, but it doesn't keep saying. Sword comes down. Can they take down the fighter? Oh, that was looking good. Easily misses, and it is Fiona's turn.
Fiona's going to move to the left to get behind that little inn table or whatever that is to get some cover, and she's going to shoot at the hobgoblin with the bow. And she's going to miss with an 11.
Okay. Aragus.
Aragus will. I think I'm good where I'm at, actually. I'm not going to move. I'll just kind of continue staring at the one that I'm looking at, and I'll just say, "You resemble a pile of dung, but you lack the depth and the warmth." I'll cast another vicious mockery at him.
All right.
That's been working on these. It's
I mean, wisdom isn't their strength,
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's
That's
a wisdom save of
wisdom
12.
save. He is rolled. He ignores you with a 15.
Got it.
My dung's better than that.
This one seems to only it's familial insults for this
Lots
one.
of fiber.
Vessel.
the runes return, very similar, seeing that he's scampered around the floor, around the table. It doesn't appear in a place that he's expecting. It appears behind him, and he makes a dex
Save.
And as Valamir is watching those runes go out, he's like, "Oh, yes, quite right. I'm fine. Just bleeding a lot. Don't worry about me there."
My die was a 1, then it went to a 13 for a total of 14.
Ah, okay. Success.
Yep. Just pats out the flame that's on him and ignores it. Sorry. Cole.
Cole now has a guy right next to him. So I'm going to take a swing.
Yeah.
Swords, huh? Try this one. 16 to hit.
Hobgoblin, north.
Is a miss.
What?
Remember last
Deaf
week?
guy.
These
Shoot
are-
pants.
They have high ACs, yeah.
buttholes.
That is a miss from Cole. And if you're done, we're back to our wounded wizard.
Cole's going to... Nope, I'm already right there. I was going to move to the other guy, but he's right next to me. I'm engaged. Never mind, go.
Valamir also remains where he's at. He doesn't need to move and just twirls his, kind of rolls his hand around. Fire appears in it, tosses it out, tosses a firebolt at the guy behind the table to the west of Cole, because that's the only one I can see. And that was on its side. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Is a hit.
Yeah.
He's got 9 left.
Jeez, I keep rolling bad. 1 damage.
All right.
Nice.
He's has less than 9 now. Did I just kill him? I just killed him. There we go. It is their turn. The hobgoblin you just hit, hiding behind the table, makes some sort of goblin-y command to the one next to Cole. And all I can think of is Mars attacks. I don't know why I'm doing that way, but he does that. And the other goblin nods, and he has martial advantage to dealing extra damage, the bow guy, since he has a buddy right next to you.
Shoot.
That's exactly what he's going to do with his longbow. And you don't want this one to hit. Here it comes with 15 to hit.
No.
Oh!
Nice.
That would have been 11 points of damage.
Nah, wouldn't have been. But I appreciate the thought.
All right.
It wouldn't have been.
The other hobgoblin right next to you is worried that other people are coming. He's going to try and hopefully finish you off. He's striking with the sword. He does not get that advantage. Sword attack coming at you with that's got to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
8 slashing into the Goliath fighter.
Did you say 8?
8.
I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance to resist 12 of that as I tense up and bring out like an exoskeleton of rock.
D12 of that.
Correct. So taking out 8 points of that 8 damage.
So what does that leave you with then? 0?
0.
0 taken? And
Yeah.
then what's 0 from your hit point leave you with?
19.
All right, thank you.
Still at 19. Yeah.
Fiona!
Fiona, frustrated that she can't cross her.
That she's done as much damage as Cavan in this fight.
She's already pondering new schemes and mechanical devices that'll do the job.
18 to hit.
Is a hit.
Nice.
6 points of piercing
Yikes.
damage.
So
There
that
you
guy
go.
is that is a big hit with your and like the little bolt fades away, right? Because it's magical and stuff. Nice.
Yeah, and then automatically reloads.
The same one,
Yep.
little blood on it. On the
Yeah,
ghost
it comes
bolt.
back on a heavy chain. It just
All right, unless you're moving Aragus.
No.
Ergus will move
Same cover.
slightly to Valamir, and I will kind of Miyagi clap my hands together, and I'll say, I'll need some rest after this, dear boy. And I'll cast Cure Wounds on Valamir,
Ooh.
and that will be, I can't remember exactly how many it is. 1d8 plus my spellcasting
Spellcasting modifier.
Charisma plus 2, so 1d8 plus 2.
Roll it.
You
Roll.
want to roll or do you want me to?
You roll. It's your spell.
Max
That's
Wow.
nice.
10.
How many times have you healed before?
0.
That's
a
the first
good
one.
That
opener.
was the first one. And then I will say
you, my
to
dear friend.
Cole, I'll just say, your morning star shines brighter than the sun. Now, shove it in his face! You have a bardic inspiration.
Sweet.
Like when he gets excited or angry, the cool verbosity is lost.
It all goes away.
Shove it in his face.
Vessel.
And that's the last of all of my
minute?
stuff. except
Spells?
for, cantrips, yeah.
1 minute.
All right, Vessel, you're up.
The runes are just trying to find more and more clever places to appear. This time, right above him, and he makes a dex
Dex
saving throw.
save. He has been somewhat nimble and rolls a total of failure. He has 2 hit points. He has failed.
He takes 2 hit points.
Yeah.
He pats it out, but another appears. He pats it out, but another appears, and it is just they're faster than he can pat them out, and he burns alive.
Are you gonna move or do anything else, Christopher?
From that point, no. And stay
All right.
right there, actually.
Very good.
Cole, you're at the corner of this strangely shaped room with the fully healthy hobgoblin right there.
I'm in a fight. I swing at him again. Pretty sure that's going to do it. 19
Is a hit.
for max damage of 11.
Instantly destroyed.
Nice.
I'm super inspired.
Wow.
Thanks, Aragus. That's just what I needed.
There's another door. Don't thank me just yet.
You can see if you click on Cole or just move people there. Careful moving through rooms. You can see there is.
Just piling everybody on.
There are 2 doors in the northern section. One to the north, one to the northeast. So as you guys plan to decide what door is going to go where, we are back in time about, 12 hours, 16 hours or so with our friend Cavan. Are you just going back and forth with different music, Jeremy?
Yes.
Combat to normal. It's
pretty great.
combat to normal.
We just switch scenes.
Love it. Sitting across from you is a knight. He looks like he is tired and been traveling, Cavan, as you are sitting up or still resting laying on the bed.
I'm sitting up.
Okay. Then you continue to have fatigue.
I'm
too.
actually. I'm laying stretched out on the bed with my fist for those. Who
All right,
can
then
see.
you're fatigued too.
I'm like this, but in a sleek kind of paint me like your French girl
Okay.
way.
Most
Do you
interesting
have
man
a,
in the world.
Tit hanging out?
I don't have tits.
In other words, as respectful as he can be to a knight.
Not like
No,
one of
you're
those
right. I'm
Asmere
sitting- I'm
girls,
sitting
You
up.
know what I mean?
I'm sitting up
Paladins are no fun.
with a loincloth covering my
All right.
boulders.
The knight
Your
says,
boulder falls.
"How are you feeling?"
I feel so tired.
I hear you've been through a lot.
I must have been. I don't remember it being quite this exhausting.
I'm sure it will come to you in time. They say that you still need your rest, for sure. I am Sir Alcrace of the Order of the Vigilant. And he holds out a hand.
Cavan takes his hand and has kind of a confused look on it. He doesn't know if he needs to like kiss a knuckle or shake. So he has kind of this
Just a limp hand.
inquisitive look.
Turns it.
I'm honored to meet you, Sir Alcrace.
He says, "The honor appears to be mine." Oh, that does feel like fatigue, too.
Now kiss it.
From what I hear, you led a band of warriors to defend this church earlier this day. That is beyond commendable.
We did what anyone would do.
That I do not agree with. This city has many heroic folks, but many just everyday folks that would never begin to try to take on what sounds like a lich.
Yes.
Speak its name.
Yes, I remember something now. My brother Cole. He jumped into a portal of some kind, and then there was a lich. He managed to escape and barely got the portal shut before the lich came through. I think.
Well, I've been to the crypt, and there is no trace of anything. No nasty magic, no auras of any kind, no portal to another realm, thankfully. It sounds like you have done your job, and I'm hoping, by your tone, your brother has escaped.
Yes, we were coming back up the stairs. My brother had a necklace. There was
necklace, says an acolyte off in the distance.
There was a a hilt of a sword.
Did he say a sword?
That's all I remember.
And Sir Alcrace leans back and says, "And where did his brother go?" And one of the acolytes says, "His friends went to the Lumine Academy." And the knight says, "Well, I'm sure he'll be joining them shortly. I have just arrived myself and have heard the news of the attack and wanted to ensure that everything was safe here before I head back. I am on a bit of a mission myself of some importance and some secrecy," he says, turning his head to his left and to the right at the acolytes that are in the room. "I would need some time alone, is what I'm getting at." And the acolytes then finally go away. He said, "I have come on behalf of Queen Iora to the church on business that has some bit to do with you. But as you are a defender of this church, I wanted to speak with you man to man. I bring news that is sorrowful news, that while on a visit to the capital city of Canabrin, the high priest of this church, High Priest Inmis, passed away. Was of natural causes, a heart attack, dancing, if you would believe it. I didn't know the old man knew how to dance. Quite a shock to the queen. She was not pleased. She has had some of issues with the church, and ruining her party was apparently another dagger in her side from the church. But she does have her responsibility to Soleen and has sent me to bring the news of the high priest, as well as his remains. There will be a ceremony in a few days. And I've also brought in 2 priests to oversee the ceremony, and they will also be selectees to lead this church here in the city of Almithro.
I'm sorry to hear of Inmus, but I trust Queen Iora has made a wise choice. And
Did you know Inmis?
not really. No. But any priest of Soleen has got to be a good man.
I agree. I knew him to be a very proper and respectful and ceremonious man. But I cannot stay long. The queen wanted me to finish this task before reporting back to some other courtly concerns she has her eyes on. But that's not why I'm here speaking with you now. It took me many brave deeds to become a knight of the Order of the Vigilant, and even longer to prove myself to be a guardian of Soleen. And from what I have recently heard, and in discussions with me, the acting leader here of the church, Priest Pemet, I believe is his name, he has sat down with the 2 selectees, and they have decided to make you, Cavan, a guardian of Soleen. This would mean that you would swear an oath to protect our goddess in ways that you have already shown that matter to you. That you would be respectful to the church and follow her faiths to your last dying breath. And I have not seen such an honor given so quickly, but yet so deservedly. It has a great deal of responsibility that no matter where you travel, Soleen must be in your heart. Yet, wherever Soleen is, and her followers, you will always have a place with them.
But I have no training. I'm an orphan. But what if I fail?
I've failed many times. It's not a matter of failing. It's the matter of getting back up to your feet and standing tall again and not giving up, living up to your duty. That is what decides whether you are a guardian of Soleen or not. As for training, you could almost get away with saying you slayed a lich, and I don't think many could dispute that. You have battled. You have fought.
Would that mean that I have to remain here at the church or would I be able to still travel with my brother?
That choice would remain yours. There are those that want to protect the security of a consecrated place, as you have done yesterday. There are those that want to protect Soleen and her beliefs out in the world of Varen. That choice is yours. The only requirement is that you go through the ceremony to be accepted as a guardian. And if you choose to do so, it would need to happen quite quickly before I leave.
Cavan just kind of stares blankly for a moment.
I'm so tired.
And then he says, what must I do?
What we will do is tomorrow morning, which is in just a few hours, we will hold a ceremony with Pemet and the two priest selectees. It will be a private ceremony, and we will have you swear an oath to Soleen, an oath that will bind you, an oath that will define your very core.
I don't have much silver.
There is nothing that you must pay other than your honor, and you will receive everything in return.
Very well.
He smiles and grabs onto your shoulder with a warm hand and says, I am proud to have met you. I'm excited to meet the new Cavan tomorrow morning. Rest as you can, as you will need every bit of energy to be a guardian.
I bid you good night, good morning, I guess it is, and I will see you tomorrow.
He gets up, nods, snaps his fingers, and says, more ladling! And more ladles are brought to you. We are back in our tower. Jeremy's hating me right now. Switching back between battle maps and music.
Soft jazz.
We are back in our tower. You are in this quarters area of the lighthouse. There are two doors, one to the rightish and one to the northish. One to the east, one to the north. Group is all piled around in that area. Where are you headed?
Last time I put...
Cole, make another perception roll.
I will.
What was the last target number I gave you for that?
16?
Let's cut that in half.
11.
You hear... No, hurry, fast! Little goblin-y noises coming from the northern door.
Sounds through that door, silence through this one. What's our take? We're going, right?
Yeah.
Sean,
That's why you're here. Just to agree with me. And Kicking down the door.
Yeah.
You kick down the door. Inside, you see a much larger room. It's a half circle of a room, of which there are several hobgoblins in there.
Oh, shit.
Inside this room, you see there is a fireplace, some tables, another bed on the far side. The room is kind of split 2/3 and 1/3 on the east, where there is a bright light. Interestingly, though, the dominating feature, not too far away, maybe 30 feet straight ahead, is a magical circle upon the ground. Next to that circle is a goblin who is weaving his hands in the air magically and creating an aura around him, maybe about 15-foot circle of magic, a sphere around him, a half sphere there. And as he does so, you hear him go, lightning, wind, and he is casting magic, and then there's a big crash of thunder outside, and he sees you, but continues casting, looking at you, seeing just a little alarmed, but not incredibly alarmed.
So he
Probably
goes
not here for me.
So he goes blah 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 lightning, blah 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 wind, blah blah blah. Oh shit! And then what's the weather look like now?
He is the closest one, so are we doing initiative? Or
It is
or not?
initiative
All right.
time. You are going to be first. I'm going to.
How many creatures?
Several.
Several.
No.
Don't
Lots.
ask
The answer
Cole
is
to
lots.
give you a number.
Yeah.
I like the answer.
At least 3.
Cole's gonna run straight in towards the wizard.
All right. You go charging straight at him. Charging straight.
Be sure to go into that magic circle.
That is 5, and
Five.
then, yep, okay.
All right, Cole.
There
go
you
charging.
go.
That's not. That's Vessel. You ain't close.
All right, let's fix that.
And swinging and screaming as I go.
Oh, my God.
What are you doing?
Just,
Just
get
tuck
people
Vessel
in here.
safely
Just
away.
take it easy, people.
21 to hit.
21 to
Feeling
hit.
Super inspired. Thank you for
Awesome.
acknowledge.
Does not happen as you smack into the field and go nowhere. Bam! And hit it. You take no damage, but still have your standard action available to you. You are unable to get through this 15-foot barrier around the circle, which the
Jukes.
goblin is within.
Okay. So I didn't take the attack.
No.
Nope, you still have
Just-
your action to go.
Bumped in. All right. I will. Can't get this guy.
Pivot.
Pivot. I'm gonna change my direction and refocus. We're gonna actionize. I'm gonna go towards the hobgoblin on my right.
By the chair,
By
by
the
the
one
table
by the
there.
table.
All right, you race over there. You are done. Valamir.
That's a good question.
Sound like a sexy little tiger sound you just made.
Valamir comes into the room and heads far to the west there, as far as he can get.
Towards the fireplace.
Yep. And then the other thing he's going to do is, I guess, take a moment to assess the situation and try to figure out what that force field around the guy is, what he's doing, and how that might be penetrated.
You may make an Arcana roll.
14.
With a 14, you sense only that there is something important going on.
Something
You need to
in the
deactivate
way.
the shield generator.
Something that's important that's going on, but not with that knowledge roll. But you also know that it's, how do I describe it? The goblin caster here is like riding the coattails, riding the wave of magic. This is not just him. He has found like you can view it as a weak spot in reality or a bonus spot of magic. And he's like, oh, sweet. What that is or what's going on, though, you don't know.
But I bet it looks like a sphere.
And, well, knowing that it's a magic enhancer, Valamir is drawn to it.
That's it.
Yep.
It is
Just
the
a
goblin's
subscription for that?
turn.
Magic enhancer.
The goblin.
That's what I got from it.
The goblin continues to cast with one hand up above, and there's a big gust of wind you can hear hit the shutters outside of the top of this lighthouse. And then he says, "This place is mine. No one can take it. This is my castle, and this is my bay, and I'll take the whole city." And he casts, and not one, not two, not three, but three, actually, yes. Magic missiles come flying out, and all two of them go at the closest, Cole, and one of them goes at the next person, Valamir. And that's 1d4 plus 1 on each one. That is 7, 8, 9 points of damage to Cole.
Ooh, jeez.
And let me see my numbers. And
12.
3 points of damage to Valamir.
Okay.
What did you
Fiona.
What did I have Cole at 10 life?
12.
Where
Fiona's
am I
gonna
missing
step
my
into the
notes?
room. See what's going on. Just gonna step just to the right of the
Most
doorway
missing,
so as to not block anybody's progress. This is weird. And she's going to fire a. She's going to throw a. What the hell is that called?
Fire dart?
No. A catapult. She's going to fire off a spell called catapult.
Oh, before you do, would you like to make your perception roll 10?
Yeah, please.
I like your bowl, by the way.
Thanks. That's a 12.
With a 12, you sense, if you look closely at the battle map that Chris has, to the right, the light is not moving normally. And it's visually represented on the map as well. There's a little sectioned off area.
To the far
east.
right, yeah.
Anyways.
Taking note, still going to pick up a rock from the ground, like magically, and hurl it at this caster to see what happens.
Okay. You hurl it at this caster, and it bounces off the field.
Okay.
How'd you
No
do
damage
that?
is dealt.
How'd you do magic rock? How'd you pick up a rock magically?
Catapult.
Yeah.
A spell.
Spell.
Oh.
Argus.
Argus will run into the room. And I will also kind of just get out of the way of the door. I'll look at the enemies. I'll look at the field of magic, and I'll just say, "You're not even worthy enough for Valamir to cast a decent spell on you." And that will be a vicious mockery attempt. Wisdom save of 12 against the mage.
The goblin guy?
Yes.
All right. Zerm the goblin.
Zerm.
He says, "What?" And your spell has no effect upon him.
Really?
Yes.
So he can't hear me?
He is unable to be affected by your spell.
That's not what it says.
Vessel.
He's protected.
Vessel will step in through the doorway. Abreast Argus, abreast Fiona.
Why do you say abreast and not just next to? That makes it weird.
Well, there's lots of next to, but there you go.
Oh my god, the door. There we go.
When there's one abreast, there's
We're
two
actually
abreast.
There's always
four
two.
abreast
Jeez.
at the moment. Hopefully there's no
easy
lightning
targets,
bolt
yeah.
Coming. You've seen one abreast. You've seen them both.
And casting a
Often different sizes.
spell.
As you can see.
So similar, the runes appear, but they don't appear towards the enemies, on the enemies, even near the enemies. They begin to coalesce around the feet of Cole. And as they complete their runic shaping, you just see a flash and just a little foilish field kind of appears around you and disappears. You now have Shield of Faith. That's 2 AC on top of you.
Oh, nice.
Wow. What does that make your armor class?
20.
Holy moly.
I'm a hard guy to hit at the moment.
And that concludes my turn.
All right. That is about to be put to the test. swinging with his long sword is a where's he at? Is a kobold right next to Cole. There are two of them here, and it is not rolling my die for some reason.
There's kobolds? Where'd they come from?
Hey, sorry, hobgoblin.
Oh, that's even better.
Hobgoblin.
Damn.
Rather be facing kobolds.
For
Yeah.
sure.
These
There we
hobgoblins are
go.
a pain in the ass.
That is a 10 to hit.
No.
There is one more north, only about 15 feet or so, next to a bed where he apparently was sleeping not too long ago. He fires his longbow, and that is a 18 to hit.
No.
You just increased
Not
it.
with my mage armor.
I do
And-
not cast mage armor.
I'm so sorry.
What is that crap?
A cheap imitation.
Sorry, no offense.
Offense taken, sir.
It is several hours ago, back in the Church of Soleen.
That's why you're looking at me. I was like, why the eye contact?
Throwing off my notes here, man.
Heavy hearts here.
Can we have rain in the background?
Yeah, I got some. You're good. Yeah. Little strings.
Cole, you are in the main chamber of the Church of Soleen. God damn it, Cavan, you are in the main chamber of the Church of Soleen. You see they have closed things off this morning for any early morning services for this special ceremony. Priest Pemet is there, the slightly awkward elf. He is wearing some robes that are official and formal. You can clearly tell are not sized correctly for him and are a little too big, more than a little too big. And he is looking through a big old book and quickly looking through it, frantically trying to find the rites that he is supposed to say. Two other priests walk up to you. One is a gnome with a big long mustache. He comes up and says, "Hello, I'm Priest Fevel. It is nice to meet you."
Priest Fevel. It's an honor.
"Yes, it was decided that you should be a guardian of Soleen. It was a vote of 2 out of 3, so 2 to 1. I was the one."
Thank you for your service.
He nods. The other priest gently pushes him aside. He is a human with a little Van Dyke mustache and some slick back hair, and says, "Hey, don't listen to him. I'm Cobes. It is wonderful to meet you. We are so happy to have you here. This has been an incredibly dark, terrible time for us, and to have you here and get this honor is really just going to pump everyone up."
So he's like the college campus pastor version of Priest of
Do you know
Soleen.
Hacky Sack?
He's got the necklace and the bracelet.
My name's Priest Coombs.
Non-denominational.
Everyone calls me Coomer.
Look, everyone says you've been doing a great job for the church, and I've been doing a lot of talking about you, and we all agree this is absolutely great. I want to say, Cavan?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be great. I think Pemet's ready. Let's get this rolling. And he steps aside.
Have you tried our new beverage, Squirt? It's great.
It's the assistant producer. He's get you on over. Let's get makeup on you real
He's got
quick.
the guitar around his back. You just see the guitar.
When the
strap
sign says
across the
applause, we
front.
really want to hear
yeah.
that energy.
Everyone, okay.
He steps aside. There are a couple acolytes standing in the back that have never seen the ceremony that want to watch it. And as it begins, Priest Pemet stands up on the dais and says, "Cavan Boulderfall, please step forward."
And Cavan does.
He begins to recite a ceremony and pledge he has not in any way memorized whatsoever, and reads awkwardly from this tome without ever making eye contact with you. "You have proven yourself to be a valuable member of this community, insert name, and we find," and he continues to read, "the night Sir Alcrace is there. He's in his armor, looking a little bit more refreshed. You see he's got some horse saddlebags, though, ready to go on the ground next to him. And he's looking at you and smiling and quietly watching the ceremony. As Priest Pemet continues to talk, he says, loyalty is great, and he's riffing at this point, preeminence with Soleen, and that drive is so important to everyone here. You don't quite feel the power of the words, but you do feel a power growing within you, a warm feeling within your heart that feels rewarding and comforting. And you have felt that several times before, praying in some of your tougher times in life. You start to feel again. And he says, protection above all else is at the forethought of Soleen, our priests and followers. And you feel more warmth and a growing power and a sense of strength building within you. The acolytes on the sides start to do a very soft, quiet chant that you can barely hear. Above all else is duty. Duty drives all of us here within Soleen. And with that loyalty and protection and duty, you have been chosen to defend Soleen, her followers, her faith, her beliefs, and herself throughout all of your days. Do you accept this honor, Cavan Boulderfall?
I humbly accept.
And the knight nods and is smiling widely. The priest, who should be smiling widely, is looking nervous, and he steps forward and places a hand on each of your shoulders and says, well, I guess up to each of your shoulders. And says, thank God I am not a gnome. No, says, then with this blessing, you are now Cavan Boulderfall, a guardian of Soleen. And the chanting rises, and you feel a big warmth go through you, and it fills your heart, and you have this big smile that also crosses your face, and you're down to fatigue level 1. And you are now level 3.
Yeah.
Level 3. We can stay on the screen we're at, and we're going to do a level up for you right now.
Right.
We have never done this in the middle of a show. If you want to see our normal level ups, those are in our after shows available on Patreon, but we will do this one here.
Awesome.
So, we did everyone else's level 3s. The rest of the group, though, has not completed a long rest, so they are not able to get advantage of that quite yet.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
It's such a shame because we're all gonna die in the lighthouse.
This is like no spells.
Live for us, Cavan.
But Cavan, you will
You're a
also
good
be able to
group
go
of
to
boys.
level
You
3.
shouldn't have come here.
Cavan. There you
Teleport
are.
right to us.
All right, so Cavan, the first thing we do is we're going to roll some hit points. What was your maximum starting hit points? 21? 20. So what you're going to do is roll a 10-sided die, and you want to get a 6 or higher. If not, you get a minimum of 5.
Two, so 5,
5 plus your Constitution modifier.
which is 2.
So 7?
Yep.
All right, so you have 27 hit points.
Wow.
What's
Not bad.
What's Cole's hit points?
36. Right now, 26, but when
Well-
I become level 3, 36.
36.
Oh,
How
wow.
the hell do you have that many?
I keep rolling really high.
Oh.
I've never had to take the half number.
All right.
Braggart.
Cheater, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, with the increase,
Oops.
with that increase in level, your lay on hands is equal to 5 times your paladin level. The hit points you can heal.
Oh, wow.
So that is now
So
15 hit
yeah.
points. You can restore, I think, any amount that replenishes until you take a long rest. In addition, at level 3, you can cast an additional first level spell slot,
Nice.
which is really cool for you because not only can you cast a spell or do that divine smite after you hit, that really gets some good stuff for you. You also gain, where is it at? The ability totally known as Divine Health. You are 100% completely immune to diseases of any kind.
That's going to come in handy.
Wow.
That may put him
that's-
right in front of those nasty what ghouls or things like that.
How about you open the door?
But most importantly of all, you must swear a sacred oath.
Yep.
The sacred oath does 2 things. Number 1, you gain a channel divinity. You can use this once, and it can be refreshed every short or long rest, so definitely use it. The channel divinity does 2 different things based on the oath that you choose. And I don't know if I mentioned it. The other oath benefit you get is you get 2 spells that are always prepared beyond what you can normally prepare.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay.
Right. And how many spells can you normally prepare?
I think 3.
Divine Sense, spell casting. Choose a number of spells, either your charisma modifier plus half your level rounded down.
So
What's your charisma modifier?
2.
2, so that would be plus 1 more. So you can still just prepare 3, but
Yep.
you will have these 2 others permanently ready to go. So that'll be a total of 5. 2 plus 3, if that makes any sense.
And those 2 permanent are
always on, based on this selection here for the rest of your character's life.
okay.
Finally, this oath has with it oaths that you must adhere to, or bad things will happen to your paladin.
This ought to last a week.
So I'm a fighter now.
Paladin thing went for me.
So you must choose your oath. There are 6 different oaths that are available to Soleen, and we will go through these. Oh, did you want to roll to see who gets to go first? No, just you. Okay, fine. All right. So the oath choices that you have. The first is the Oath of Devotion. Following through on honesty, courage, compassion, honor, and duty. Those are your tenets, and we can go into more details about what those mean, but I think you have a gist of that. With your channel divinity, which again, once per short rest, you can do one of 2 different things. First is sacred weapon. For an action, imbue your weapon for 1 minute to add your charisma modifier, which you said was 2,
Yep.
to all weapon attack rolls for 1 minute.
Okay.
That is very strong. And it emits light for 20 feet.
So that's a +2 attack?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes. That's a big in D&D. And you can end the effect if you need to for an action. And it's also considered magical for any creature that's resistant to non-magical weapons. The other thing you can do with this oath, and again, there's 6 of them, is turn the unholy. Causes fiends and undead to be turned, very similar to the cleric, but you just can't do it as often as the cleric can.
Okay.
So that's that. You also will then get addition to the spells Protection from Evil Good and Sanctuary.
Okay.
Then there's the Oath of Glory. Paladin attempts heroics that might one day shine in legend. Actions over words, challenges are but tests, hone the body, discipline the soul. Access to Guiding Bolt and heroism spells, but the divinities are Peerless Athlete. As a bonus action, the next 10 minutes you have advantage on all athletics and acrobatics checks and can lift twice as much as normal and jump high.
Wow.
Cool.
Just going super Captain America there. Then Inspiring Smite. When you use your Divine Smite feature, you can then use your Channel Divinity as a bonus action to burst out temporary hit points to creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you. So not only do you do extra damage, but the holy energy adds temporary hit points. That's equal to 2d8 plus your level. So that'd be 2d8 plus 3 when you burn your channel
Wow.
divinity.
That is
To
not
everyone
small.
or
You split.
okay, it's okay.
You
You
get
split
to
that
decide who
amount.
gets what.
That's that one. Then there is the Oath of Redemption. High standard of peace and justice. Violence is a last resort. All people begin innocent by nature. It's their environment that turns them dark. Patience and wisdom. You get access to Sanctuary and the Sleep spell. You get Emissary of Peace. Use your channel divinity. As a bonus action, get +5 to persuasions for the next 10 minutes. And then Rebuke the Violent. Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, so the attacker's within 30 feet deals damage to a creature other than you burn your reaction. That creature makes a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, it takes radiant damage equal to the amount of damage it just dealt.
That's
That could be
amazing.
cool.
If it succeeds, it still takes half.
Yeah.
That could get a little crazy.
Especially every time
Is
the lich is
that-
killing us.
Is there a limitation on how many times I can use that?
Everything here we're talking about is triggering off of your channel divinity, which is once per short rest.
Okay.
There are 3 more. Oath of the Ancients. Preserve the uncounted centuries, principles of good above law or chaos. Kindle the light, shelter the light, preserve your own light, be the light. You can cause with your channel divinity spectral vines to reach up from the ground. The creature must make a strength or dex save or be restrained, and it gets a chance every turn to try and get rid of it. Or you can cause fae or fiends that are within 30 feet of you to become turned. So you can now turn different things than the cleric can.
Okay.
Order of the Crown. Law, loyalty, courage, and responsibility. Champion Challenge. As a bonus action, burn your channel divinity. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet that you can see must make a wisdom save. If they fail, they cannot move more than 30 feet away from you. You have challenged them to stay within this area. It ends if they end up more than 30 feet away or you are knocked out. And Turn the Tide. As a bonus action, burn your channel divinity. Each creature that can hear you within 30 feet regains 1d6 plus your charisma modifier and hit points, up to half.
Okay.
And I think there is one more. Watchers. Oath of the Watchers. Vigilance. The threats you face are cunning and powerful. Be alert, loyalty, and discipline. Channel divinity. Watchers will, as an action, choose a number of creatures you can see within 30 feet equal to your charisma modifier, which is 2. For 1 minute, you and the chosen creatures have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Yo.
When you know there's something really nasty, weird with magic going in, that could be helpful. And then Abjure the Extraplanar. Present your symbol. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, or fiends within 30 feet of you move away if they fail their wisdom save. Which of those do you want to hear again or dive into?
Tell me again about Smite and Redemption.
Redemption has Emissary of Peace, bonus to persuasion checks, and Rebuke. When an attacker within 30 feet deals damage to a creature other than you, use your reaction. Wisdom save. If they fail, they take damage equal to what they just dealt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know the other one. I have Glory, Devotion, Ancients, Crown, Watchers.
Oh, weird. Oh, the Smite was under the Glory, I think.
Inspiring Smite is Glory. Immediately after you deal damage, burn a bonus action to shatter out holy hit points to people within 30 feet. 2d8 plus your level.
And the other one under Glory is the 10 minute. 10 minutes of
Strength and
advantage to
dexterity,
strength.
athletics and acrobatics. Yeah,
Is it just for me or for anyone?
just for you.
Okay.
What are you thinking about?
I think I'm gonna go with the Sacred Oath of Redemption.
Sacred Oath of Redemption. Peace, innocence, patience, wisdom, access to sanctuary and sleep spells. Bonus to persuasion +5 for the next 10 minutes if you burn your channel divinity. I think that'd be a good backup if Argus is not available. And then rebuke when a creature within 30 feet. That's going to be what you're doing. All right. That was
Cool.
Oath of Redemption. That sounds really fun. Done. You feel the light growing. You feel strength. You feel honor. You feel empowered. And as it's the energy, your eyes are closed. The energy starts to wade. This humming within your ear that still feels encouraging fades from your ears. You feel a hand on your shoulder again, and it is the knight who stands before you, Sir Alcrace, and he simply says, "Welcome, brother."
I feel different. I feel empowered. Thank you for this.
It is a thanks you must repay with duty and honor, and sometimes blood.
Can I buy the person behind me their Starbucks order?
He says, "I must return to Canabrin, and there is a duty, as one must do, that comes when something like this happens. That is, this ceremony for the selectee to become the new high priest here in Almithra will happen in 2 days. We would like you here to keep an eye on the ceremony in light of what happened to you down in the crypt, but more so, the people have heard about this. The people in the community, and hearing about their new guardian and seeing him would add more strength and power to the proceedings. It will be both a celebration of life to the high priest and a welcoming to a new leader of the church, of which you have one additional benefit. You will be one of the few ranking members of some clout here to help decide who will be the new high priest."
That's all.
I'm overwhelmed. I did not ask for all of this, but I will do my best to.
We are battling at the top of the tower, with our heroes inside this large chamber. 2/3 of it are one section with a sphere of magic and a glowing magic symbol, and Zerm the Goblin, king of all he sees, according to him. He has a couple hobgoblins, 2 of them that are trying to protect him. And what was I going to say? Oh, then there's another third of the room on the east side to the right that has some sparkling yellow light. All of our heroes are in a line just inside the door to the southwest, except for Cole in the middle of the room, fighting around a table toe-to-toe with a hobgoblin. And speaking of Cole, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna punch it with my Morning Star. I'm gonna smack it right in the face.
All right. And you are shielded, I believe.
I am. I got a +2. Shield of Faith. Oh, yeah! Natural 20.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right.
That's how we get back into this.
House rule is max damage plus roll just whatever the die is that you do for additional damage.
Another max! So 8 + 8 + 3. 19? 19.
Squish.
You smash his skull in, and it's totally concave from the side, and even takes a moment to you to yank it out. And even Cole himself is going, "Oh, that was even worse than the sleeping was."
Good thing Cavan's not here to see this.
It is your move, or are you good there?
I'm gonna rush up to the next guy, intimidating and scary.
All right, he's up north. Valamir, by the door.
Valamir is going to head to the wet. Oh God!
I got it. Go ahead, Valamir.
I'm gonna head up here, and then to let's see, another 25 feet.
Racing east.
Yep. And then I'm gonna cast swirl my hand, and fire appears for a firebolt.
Bolt.
Fire coming for the hobgoblin that now Cavan is engaged with. 'cause
David
I
is
don't-
not engaged.
Or well,
Cole.
Cole.
All right. He has Cole cover.
Because okay. Which
How do you get it
Plus
wrong?
2 to his
That's
armor class.
Cavan. That's Cole. It's
well 18, which
Is a miss.
okay.
It just glances off of Cole's thick back of his neck.
He says we
doing no
must
damage.
I don't know if he tried
find
to
a
hit me,
way.
but I'm super shielded right now.
We have to find a way to get him out of that.
I don't know what you're doing here, but you'll all die, says Zerm, and he casts more magic missiles at the ones that are moving, which is Cole, Valamir, and the next one clockwise, which is Fiona. And what we have are the following damages. We'll do it in
Not
that
exciting.
order. What is my number? 3d4. Sorry, I'm blocked. There we go. First one is Cole for 5 points of damage.
Ow!
4 points to Valamir, and 3 points to Fiona. It appears as though his magic is unaffected by his sphere, and the more thunder and louder wind is banging, and he's just loving it. And it is Fiona's turn.
Fiona's going to move to the northeast to take 25 feet. More to, like, behind the table, ideally. That works. Making her way east to the lights that she sees going weird, and then she's going to take a shot at the hobgoblin to the north.
Okay, with her crossbow.
Crossbow. Ooh, for 19.
19, I'm going to say he does not have cover from your angle. It's a good angle, and that is a hit.
Nice.
8 points of
Is a
piercing
huge
damage.
hit. Are you a ranger all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
He is badly injured. Nice shot. Aragus, still by the door.
Argus,
Would you like to try and insult the goblin?
I
again?
would love to try, but I'm going to run 25 feet to the east and then another 25 feet to the east with a dash. Passing everybody, I'll just say, this one's very powerful. My mockery is doing nothing to him. And I'm wondering what I can see if I get into that room or near it, if I'm 50 feet.
That's how far you got.
That's 50 feet. You were right there. What you see is a bright yellow light in the center of this area, and it has a glowing magical sound. You see no source for the light whatsoever, but just an aura of yellow light coalesced in the middle. And you can make a perception roll. Very simple, 9.
Okay.
Almost infallible.
19.
19.
Nice.
Not even with my modifier.
As you look in, you catch just out of the corner of your eye the motion of a wooden longbow being moved around. There's a hobgoblin hiding just around there by the other opening to the south of you.
Okay.
But then you don't see him.
Yep.
That's where you're at. Okay, Vessel,
Vessel.
by the door.
Yes, we'll move next to Valamir, between him and the missile slinging fool. No, the other missile slinging fool.
What do you mean?
The between the
Your northwest position for me, from your
There, yeah.
So you want to be
anywhere in between.
in between the two. He's
in between the
blocking
two of you, I'm trying to block.
got it.
eyesight.
And I'm casting Sacred Flame on the.
Hobgoblin. Thank God you added that spell to your repertoire.
I know.
You made a change.
I'm trying for the one that's in the shield.
Okay, and this is a what save?
Dex 13.
Doesn't matter, and the runes don't go through.
Okay.
It is the hobgoblin's turn. He is next to Cole. He drops his longbow, draws his sword as part of his attack, and strikes at you, Cole, not noticing that there is a blue shield of energy around you, with a total of 13 to hit.
No.
Misses.
Oh, yeah.
It is 2 hours ago. This is short, Jeremy. Don't change. 2 hours ago. You are standing before Associate Professor Galasieris.
Oh.
And he says, oh, it's good to see you, but they left some time ago. They took a raft of ours. They're trying to help out. There's some magic that's gone awry, and they're taking a magical device, a cube. It's not important, but they're taking it just a couple bit of distance away from a lighthouse out in the bay. They just have to get the cube into this magical beam of light, and then it will bring forth the lines of magic, and then over the next 3 days we'll slowly just shut things down so we can get a closer inspection as to what's going on.
What's going on?
There's trouble with teleportation magic coming back and forth. If I were you, I wouldn't do any teleporting until we get this sorted out. It might take a week or two. 3 days is the only opportunity you have. Once they start the process, it'll get bigger and bigger and then slowly shut down. But I wouldn't teleport at all.
Okay. Noted. I wish I could see them right now. It's been a very eventful time for me.
He says, oh, well, I'm sorry I don't have time to hear about that. I've got class to get to.
Of course. You should know I've been made guardian of Soleen.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's impressive. I had no idea.
It happened just this morning.
Well, wonderful. And he holds out his hand awkwardly, just like you did earlier, not sure whether to shake your hand or kiss your hand or how to hold your hand.
Cavan just shakes his hand.
And what do I call you, Mr. Boulderfall?
I'm still Cavan.
Very well. It's an honor then to have you here. I think our other visitor quarters room is opening up. I think we might make that available just for you. How would that sound?
It sounds nice, but I think I'll stay with my brother and my companions. I will need to spend more time at the church on occasion. That's why I'm letting you know. I still find my adventures and duties with the academy to be fulfilling, but I might need to spend more time at the church as well.
I totally understand. It's your welcome addition and a feather in the cap for yourself and for the school.
Thank you. I'm going to go try to find my brother.
Oh. Well, here. And he gets a piece of paper out and with a quill and ink writes down very quickly on there and says, hand this to any one-eyed man you see on the docks, and he should know about us, and he can help you out. You'll need a boat to catch them, but hopefully you'll find them coming back shortly.
Are there a lot of one-eyed men on the docks?
I wouldn't know. He looks defensive.
Okay. Well, Thank you for your help.
What do you
What has he
imply?
been doing to the dock workers?
He says, of course. Well, best of luck. And just a reminder, tell your brother, once they get that cube in place, try not to cast any magic around the cube, because that could be a challenge. And then don't get the cube into any of the line magic, because then instead of 3 days, it'll just collapse the whole system. And then I don't know how long it'll take for us to be able to get the teleportation up again. That would be a disaster.
Okay, don't put the cube in the lines and don't use magic.
Right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Back in the tower, we have Cole next to a hobgoblin up north, the only one you see.
Just weird random question. Who has the cube? I
You do.
Very good. I
Valinor?
thought I did. Okay.
Don't forget Constitution +2, -1 to everything else.
The saving throws.
Saving throws. 19 to hit.
This hobgoblin?
Yep.
You have hit. He has 3 hit points remaining.
No, he doesn't. That was for 9 points of damage.
9 points. You slice him. He drops onto the bed next to him where he was sleeping just moments before. Blood is seeping into the sheets and blanket.
He sleeps again.
And then I turn and face the hobgoblin behind the shield.
It's a little goblin.
Or
Zerm.
just a little goblin. Goblin Zerm. You're next.
No, I'm not.
You can hear me.
Arrogance looks at the game master.
I don't know how mad I'm allowed to be right now.
Valimir, it's your turn.
Shit.
I should ask Argus a question.
Valamir's actually just going to head right for the goblin.
All right. You're heading where you're just outside of the
I'm trying to get in.
sphere of
Like I
energy.
don't want to stop.
All right, you run right in and bonk, you hit like a big plexiglass window. It's a force field that keeps you out. Fool! He is wiggling his fingers at you. He's ready to go right after you're done.
I leap behind Vessel.
All right.
I leap behind Valimir.
It is his turn. He lets loose 3 magic missiles, which they cannot be avoided in any way whatsoever. The first flies through the air, arcs over Vessel, and hits Valimir.
Damn it.
You have been hit for 3 points of damage. The second one flies through the air, arcs over Vessel, and hits Valimir for 2 points of damage.
I'm at 2 hit points.
The third
And it's
one
1+1, so.
flies over Vessel, hits Valimir for 4 points.
And Valimir is down.
Drop. It is Fiona's turn.
Seeing Vessel drop at her feet.
Not
Valimir.
Vessel.
Oh, Valimir. Sorry. And looks to the east and sees this yellow flickering light. Vessel, you can you take care of him? Pointing at the wizard.
I can.
So she reaches down and grabs the cube out of Valamir's
You're being rude.
satchel.
All right.
And then heads to
Robe. It's in a pocket in his robe.
Oh,
Deep in the robe.
nice.
Gotta reach in.
Just real
Deep in the
Get it.
robe.
And then she'll move to the doorway to the south, or to the east, but the southern doorway.
Southeast doorway.
Unlike Avius, I'm wearing something under my robe.
20 feet gets you there, where you see there are 2 hobgoblins in this room waiting to ambush you.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
perfect.
One of them standing, one of them kneeling against the door, holding his gun, praying as he hears, "And the righteous man" from Pulp Fiction, waiting to come out blasted.
Oh, and she will take aim at the goblin to the south,
To the south.
and miss terribly.
Okay. Shot and a miss.
13, but
Aragus, you are not too far away from Fiona in this other room with the yellow light.
Argus sees the light. He will I'm going to come around the corner slowly, knowing that I saw something in my perception before. I'm pulling out my dagger, and I'm sneaking up behind that one. I'm going to attack it.
And it's now flanked.
It is flanked.
Which gives you advantage, right?
Advantage.
Good luck.
Oh, Jesus. With a 12 to hit.
12 to hit is a miss.
Good lord. I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration to re-roll pathetic.
Have you-
or my
DM
DM Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Sorry. It's Inspiration. Let's try a 19 to hit.
Is a hit.
There you go.
Better than the other one. Which
Yes,
was
it was. We don't need to say what it was.
It was a 1.
1d4 plus 2 piercing is a total of 4 piercing damage.
4 points. Ah! The hobgoblin turns around, pissed off. Is going to be taking you out. I also need to get these guys going here. I think they were last. Yeah. Okay. Great job, Vessel.
Yes.
You are back in the main chamber. It's you and Cole with the goblin under the magical force field with Valamir bleeding out behind you.
There is the different runes and whatnot spin and kind of lock into place, and you see the shimmering light travel down his body into the floor. There's a pulse as it kicks up dust and knocks things around, but it is a blue and effervescent light covering myself and Valamir, and even reaching out as far as Cole, to which they all experience the divine healing.
Ooh.
And that brings Cole up to 10. That brings Valamir to 7 with exhaustion 1.
Thank you. That healed me 3?
That healed you 3.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm not level 3 yet. I'd do more.
All right. Any movement, or are you good?
What can I grab this table and use it for cover?
Sure.
I would like to do that.
All right,
So I'm
awesome.
trying to grab this table and cover both myself and Valamir.
You pick up the table. It's not just going to provide cover. It's just going to block. It's so big line of sight.
Yes, that's the intent.
I need you to make an athletics roll 10. That's a little unwieldy.
Okay. A 20 total.
Okay, so you can block line of sight, so the magic missile can't even find a target, but you can only do you or Valamir. It's not big enough for both, Jack.
Then we'll put it up. So Valamir's struggling to get back up. I'll just square the table down in front of him, and kind of turn to the goblin and just cross my arms.
All right. The hobgoblins on the east side are going to close in. They get flanking on Fiona. It's essentially hobgoblin, Fiona, hobgoblin, Eric, Aragus is the situation. The one comes charging at you with his long sword. And that's definitely, that's great. That is a total of 21 to hit.
Oh, jeez.
7 slashing. Still alive?
Oh, yeah.
What are you at?
Oh, 25.
Oh, you're,
Seven.
you're down to 7. All right. However, there is another hobgoblin, and he barks out to his friend. Nope. I want him to hurt you. He's pissed off, though, that he just got backstabbed. Instead, he turns around and strikes at Aragus. Watch out, Aragus, with a 14 to hit.
That does hit.
Swings and connects for 8 points of slashing.
Ouch. Hurts.
What are you down to?
6, right?
Oosh.
I actually have you one higher, 7.
Oh, 7.
Rocking out on the waves of the bay, Cavan, you're on a rickety boat known as the Crotchety Crab. A one-eyed sailor is saying, I don't know where you're talking about, but there's my friend over there on the limp shrimp. He's just docked there. And he points to the rock outcropping with the lighthouse, booming lightning and thunder. You think you hear some strange taunting curse and weird giggling laughter off into the wind, and then you see this little raft with a bored-looking fisherman on it off in the distance docked.
I've never seen a lighthouse that looks like a tuna can before.
If I had a nickel.
Choded lighthouse.
I think they are there. Can you take me?
It's pretty windy.
We'll be okay.
And he's...
Cavan puts his hand on the guy's shoulder, his big hands.
All right.
We need to go.
Is this persuasive or intimidatedly happening?
Persuasive.
All right. He grumbles and hoists his sails, and you are quickly, or slowly actually, tacking towards there. Back in the battle, Cole, you are next to the sphere. What are you up to?
I hear the signs of battle on the other side of the wall, hear Aragus cry out in pain, and Fiona grumble about it, and so I run that way to get in the fight and win it all.
Chris, can you help him out?
I can. Sorry, I was thinking.
Are you dashing? What you doing?
If I can get... I don't know if I go down to Fiona, can I hit anything, or they're both behind walls? From my angle.
You
can if you go right there. Yep.
Nice.
The one to the south of her.
Perfect.
Actually, both of them.
Nice.
I will swing at the one to the south, directly in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah!
Big.
You could protect us both if you hit the one on the north.
Well, that's also true. You know what? You gave me bardic inspiration. I'm going to be inspired by it. 21.
Is a hit.
Yes.
Who's your target?
The one north. So
Top
the
one.
The one that both of
That's
them are
already
flanking.
wounded.
And I'm not technically flanking, so I don't get advantage on
Correct.
it. It still doesn't. I hit it anyway. 6 points of damage.
Whoa, Chris is doing weird stuff. 6 points. He has
I had to
one
refresh it.
remaining.
I think I accidentally rotated people.
So even the right, okay. Never mind.
Okay, Valamir.
Got you.
I like how our Valamir icon, by the way, is this old wizard still.
Yeah, it's lovely. How hurt are you, Fiona?
I'm great.
You're great.
I'm fine.
She's down to 7.
Down to 7.
Mortally wounded.
Both your tiny people are at 7.
Valamir will cast
Dispel no phones.
Just turning it off because I forgot.
Valamir's going to cast a minor illusion just outside of the sphere, and that illusion is going to be of a hole forming in the sphere.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
That's
interesting.
badass.
All right. So this is the minor illusion.
Yep.
Cantrip?
Create an image, of an object such as a chair, muddy footprints. You can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. Physical interaction with the image reveals to be an illusion because you can pass through it. If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence check.
All right. As you do so, Zerm the goblin inside turns and spots it. He's looking for you, trying to see you. I guess you're poking your head around a table that's held vertically, right?
And then
Held
dipping it
vertically,
back in.
And dipping back in, you wave your hands, and then Zerm says, What? No! What are you doing? And he starts to panic a bit and stops casting with his one hand up above. Unknowingly, Cavan, you feel a subsiding of the wind, and the clouds become a little less dark, a little more light comes through, a little less rain as you are running into the open door of the entrance down below.
Okay.
The Valamir, if you're done.
Yeah, I am done. I have ducked back behind the table.
All right, Zerm is casting a spell, but this time instead of attacking, he is trying to reweave parts of this magical field and getting frustrated when it's not sealing back up that hole. What? No. How did you? No. You. No.
And then Valamir's going, on the other side.
All right. His turn is done. Fiona,
Ooh, Fiona
surrounded.
surrounded. Pretty useless in a melee battle. She is going to use her action to disengage. Move to the east, careful to avoid this shimmering yellow light.
Okay.
And then she'll actually move. I don't know if that's a table down below.
That's a little oven.
Little oven. She'll take some cover behind that.
I don't think the movement is going to work like you think it does. With disengage,
It's a full action, right?
disengage is an action. If you take the disengage action, your movement. Yes, never mind. It doesn't work how I think it does.
Okay.
Carry on. I'm thinking Pathfinder 2.
Yep. And yeah, and
What's that?
so and that's
Some of us are
that's-
not good at Pathfinder
And
2.
she's gonna hunker down a little.
All right, you run behind this little oven in this side
So it
room.
says Tenku.
Aragus,
Argus,
standing with a knife, a bloody knife in his
yeah,
hand.
he just standing with the knife and the dagger. The cut he made is like a big swiping. I'm a very small person, so there's a big gash, and a little bit is on my very nicely trimmed beard. And I just say to him with a smile, "Oh, I needed a shave anyway." And I'll try another vicious mockery at him.
All right, this is
A wisdom saving throw of 12.
Wisdom. Why don't I have a mouse? There's my mouse. Wisdom save.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Never mind.
That is a total of 8. No, total of 5.
That is 2 points of psychic damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
No disadvantage. He is destroyed somehow by this mockery.
Nice.
Crumples to his knees. Why?
No, that's my
Okay,
sensitive
in which
part.
case Fiona's now moved. I'll stare at the other one and say, "You're next, villain."
Vessel still in front of this table, holding as a shield for Valamir next to the goblin
I
sphere.
still see a corner of a hobgoblin in the distance.
Yep.
Am I able to target that?
You are, yes.
So I'm holding the
30
table,
feet.
and I've got this. The runes appear, and they're trying to be crafty, and they find a pillar and take a shot. It's a Dex 13 on this.
Dex save.
Dex
He
save.
gets, though, a huge bonus for cover. No,
There
yeah,
is no
huge.
cover bonus.
Damn it! Keep forgetting. Dex save. Come on. We got it. Saving throw. Roll. He has rolled a 6.
Uh-oh.
Bastard.
It's right in the crevasse.
You just bounced your die out
What
of
do
the
you
dice
need?
tray.
What are you rolling?
D8.
Oh, it's an 8.
He's got it.
It's 6.
6.
Nice.
6 points of
Big
damage.
points of flame. Is that the first flame you've got tonight?
Oh, no. I hit one
All
other.
right. He lights up essentially, you're next. The dude looks at the dude looks at Eric and is like, "Wow." It is his turn. He is going to panic and he is going to run.
Yeah.
1,
I hope he
2,
doesn't run past
3.
anybody.
He's running past
I
you.
don't think
He's running past Cole.
He's running past Saul.
He's disengaging from Cole's what he's doing. So if
He
he's
is running like crazy.
When somebody comes into your space, do you get a
Yeah.
attack of opportunity at
Aragus
that moment?
should-
No.
yeah.
It's just when they leave.
Oh, it's
No.
just when they leave?
No, because Cole was going to pick a feature that was if they entered the space. So
Okay.
I don't think it can be an automatic.
When a hostile creature you see moves out of your reach,
Okay. Is he still in my reach
he
right
is
now?
still in
well, he
your
moved out of
reach.
mine, so
Yeah, you should get
I
an
get an
opportunity
attack. And
attack.
Who's first? Cole, left first.
Yeah. Cole's getting the first.
No, I didn't think I would.
Miss.
Yeah, no, you.
Aragus
You have
gets a
hero
swipe.
points, by the way, if it matters.
So close to a nat 20. It's nothing.
Is a miss, and he races over towards his goblet.
So
We're all dead. We're all dead. He calls out. It is Cole's turn.
He's right. And
moved out of
Cole
your
will
space.
charge
Nah, he's still
through,
on
He has to leave.
just
reachable
like
space.
right up behind him, and swings again.
Nice. Took a shortcut.
Oh, nope, that was almost really amazing. That was a 12 to hit.
All right.
Inspiration?
Inspiration.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna re-roll with my DM inspirations I've got right here.
Good luck.
I don't think it does it. It's 15.
Okay, Valamir, next to this hobgoblin.
Yeah, Valamir will just while he's like hiding behind the table, he'll just be like, "Oh, okay," and like try and like
not?
stab the guy in the
Argus can, I can.
Hey, I heard that.
natural 20.
What does max damage plus an additional die of a wizard dagger do?
Okay, so it would be 6 is maximum damage plus 2 more, so he takes 8 points of damage.
You stab him in the spleen and kill him. Wow, what a
And that one is mine, dear friend.
Dance.
Etches it in the back of the table.
That's one.
that was a rough round for that hobgoblin.
Yeah.
And then magic missiles launch out. 1, 2, 3, each to Cole, Valamir, and Vessel.
Even though he's behind the table?
If he during that I saved during the reach out to attack.
Okay.
Made himself vulnerable. So that
Worth it.
roll does not count. 1, 2, 3. This roll does count. All right. In that order, with Cole first, it is 3 points of damage, 3 points of damage, and 3 points of damage. Cole, Valamir, and Vessel.
Cole reaches out and puts his hand when he's getting his shot out in front of Valamir where he's at, and stops 1 point of that damage using his interception reaction.
Oh,
Nice.
1 point can make a difference.
Yeah. Well, it's 4 to 5. I'm much happier with 5.
Fiona.
Fiona is still hunkering down, kind of peeks out and sees that both hobgoblins that were right there are now slown about, and she takes the cube out.
0.
You take 0.
You took 0. Sorry, I was not trying to cut
all
you
good.
off. It was a 1 plus 2 on my effect, so I rolled a 1,
Oh.
add 2, so I stopped 3 damage from hitting you.
Perfect. So I'm back up to 7.
There you go.
Fiona takes the cube out and looks through it into the yellow light.
Okay, you look through into the yellow light and you see strange blue magic lines emanating out. Small ones that are a bunch of small ones that are going west into the other room, and then a huge large one that disappears off vertically. Invisible to the naked eye, visible only to you.
What do you
But
see, Fiona?
she just sees blue magic, not the yellow magic.
You see the yellow magic.
Oh.
It's all coming together into this yellow color that you see right in the middle of the room.
And she think this is where the cube's supposed to go?
I have no idea.
I can't tell you what you
Ask.
think.
Stick your hand in all of it.
What do you see, Fiona?
What would Elmon do?
That should not be a bumper sticker.
No. Thinking this is where it's supposed to go, even though it's not in the location that Galacieris, she's going to approach, and she's going to put this cube, avoiding any of the spectral lines, into the yellow light.
You step through these lines, you grab this cube, hold it forth, and wince as you place it into this emanating yellow aura of light. As you do so, the cube starts to rock a little bit, and then there is a explosion from the west. There is a cracking sound, and the force field to the west falls around the goblin.
I see my crack has driven its
No,
open.
it's still perfectly there.
Yeah, the illusion's still there. Absolutely. It lasts a minute.
The force field drops. Zerm says, what? No, what? And as there's 3 heroes just like 10 feet away from him with no magic field. And he's like, now, hold on. Let's talk. Let's talk just a second.
Now you want to talk.
You also see then blue magic lines starting to form as this has caused some chaos to the magical teleportation system. Blue magical lines appear that look nothing at all like that. That
See nothing.
look
There we go.
like that. What's happening?
Ooh, cool.
Magical blue lines start emanating out that we have animated on our map.
From the sphere?
From the sphere is gone. This is the magical symbol circle on the ground that is that the goblin was casting his power from. He looks around, sees these lines going through the air, one even going through him, and he looks confused and says, "Ah!" And he starts trying to draw energy, and it seems to be failing, and not sure why all of this has just happened. As that happens, there is one more thing that happens. There is another loud crack of thunder, and there is a big cut of blackness that appears over that blue magical circle. The goblin kind of steps back and says, "What?" And he steps backwards a couple bit, joining the heroes. As from this black crack comes a tendril of shadow. Now, you have run into ward shapers before. You have run into I can't remember their names.
Fell Shade?
The grapplers, and then the Fell Shades. This is nothing like that whatsoever. It is completely new, yet oddly familiar. The sound you hear is completely new, yet oddly familiar. As the tendril comes out, it is of a much more distinct shape. It is a leg that steps out, and then another one with a strange face with little blue eyes. It's a large quadrupedal creature made of spiraling thick shadows that steps out. A strange aberration your eyes have never seen, yet strangely familiar. And you see coming out of this is a void walker. If you have ever seen Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise, it is very similar looking to those creatures. The creature steps out, digging into the stone, and looks around, and Jeremy is laughing his butt off.
It's called Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat is the slogan.
Actually, it was a mixed management campaign, and they
Yes.
could not choose a proper title for the movie. There is no official title for the movie.
There's multiple titles.
Okay.
There's multiple.
There's no official title for the movie.
All right.
Cruise has said so himself.
The creature is stepping out and looking, and makes this deep growling but earthy sound, just as it looks around at all of you and starts slowly closing in on the goblin and Vessel and Valamir and Cole.
Valamir says, "What have you done to the goblin?"
He says, I didn't do that. Get it. And the Voidwalker goes first.
Oh, gosh.
Voidwalker charges in with
Really
a
close to that
massive
goblin.
25 initiative, charges in
25 initiative.
and does 2 attacks with its tendrils. The first at Zerm. Ooh, that was almost brutal. Strikes him and does 12 points of damage, badly hurting him. The other attack comes at Vessel. As he stepped right between the two of you. That is a total of 20 to hit.
That will make contact.
13 points of damage to Vessel, and he has smashed your table into oblivion as well.
Vessel has fallen.
Vessel drops to the ground. However, there is one more thing of note. If that isn't enough for what appears in this room, there is one more nasty thing that appears, and then I roll initiative, and that is a level 3 paladin by the name of Cavan Boulderfall has appeared at the doorway.
Woo!
Cavan, you are now in our battle. I am rolling initiative for you, and you rolled a 1. How is that possible?
Welcome to level 3.
What's your dexterity modifier?
Hey guys. Got 0.
I rolled
Well
a 1 there.
deserved.
That was weird.
My Shield of Faith is concentration based, so unfortunately Cole goes down to his original AC.
All right, Cole, you've lost that one.
Oh.
And Cole, it is your turn. What do you want to do? And where are you, Cole? You are very
I'm
pretty darn
right
close.
behind
Yeah.
Vessel, just watching him drop, so this thing is right up in front of me.
The 3 of you, when it is your turns, may make perception roll 12s, and you may start right now on your turn, Cole. I guess
Rolling
not Vessel.
perception. I get a 7.
7? Okay, keep going.
Yep. This is bigger than we can probably handle. Vessels down! And Cole will step forward and swing at the monster,
Okay.
trying to do his best to
Zerm
keep him
ducks
back.
under your blow. Can you move them up, Chris?
Swing for 14 to hit.
14? Sorry, I was not prepared for that for some reason. It's a miss. Valamir.
Vessel has a little bottle of potion sitting around. if you're feeling adventurous.
Valamir is going to. So, where's this potion?
Easily
It's
attainable.
one of the money in your pocket right now. There's a
It's
swirling.
I'm
teacup.
carrying one, but it's on my person for sure. It's the metallic violet.
Oh gosh, these are the mystery potions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
they're the
god,
mystery
no.
potions.
All right. Valamir
I
heads
turn purple and blow up.
heads towards the door. Down towards Cole.
That's Cavan.
Cavan. He turns to Cavan. He says, "What kept you?" And then goes, "Wiggle, waggle, piggle, paggle," and wiggles his piggle, paggle fingers and casts magic missile at the Void Walker.
Ooh, it cannot resist.
Hot dog fingers.
And that is going to be 2, 4, 5, 8 points of damage.
And what was the type of damage? I should know this.
Force.
Oh, yeah. All right. It enjoys all of the damage. Shoot, shoot, shoot. 8 points? Mm-hmm. All right. It is now barely injured. Zerm goes next. Zerm will disengage and boldly run for the door and would like to go past you, Cavan, if you'll let him.
No.
Okay. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! And you are somehow holding him back. Fiona, you are back in the
think you should
East room
throw
with the
him at
cube
the
in your
Void
hand
Walker.
and having done something.
She's still holding on to the cube?
You are, yes.
Oh, man. Ah.
Just gonna hold it there for 3 days.
What this was supposed to do? Can she pull the cube? She wants to try to pull the cube back out.
It is out.
What happens?
Nothing.
Frick.
Argus behind a wall is just like, "What's happening, Fiona?"
Plenty of time. No rush, no rush.
I made a mistake.
You never.
Now Vessel's down. She's gonna run up to the northwest behind that wall
Like, where
Right
she
there.
is, or... Okay.
right there,
Okay.
and she's gonna take aim at this Void Walker with her crossbow
All right.
and miss.
Shoot.
With an 8.
All right. You hit the ground close to Vessel. Aragus, you're next to Fiona in the side room hearing the chaos outside.
Yep, sure am. I have no. I can't help you guys at all. Yeah, I will run to. I'll get behind Vessel, and I can share the same space as a creature.
That would be one move for you, and you're
That
just
right there?
5 feet away.
Okay, I can't reach him at all.
No. I mean, you can with a second move, but
No. I will, instead of moving, I don't know what to do with the cube. We can't take this thing on, so
What are you going to do?
I'm going to buck up and put my blade ward on.
Okay, as protection.
Yep,
Shh,
there you go.
little
Resisting
bladey magic.
against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
All right, it appears around you.
Oh, dealt by weapon attacks, so it's not going to help me against
No,
this thing.
no, these are weapon attacks. So
Okay.
it's either spell or weapon attacks.
Okay.
Even claws are normally considered weapon attacks.
Okay.
All right, Cavan. Actually, Tim leveled up after all the other players, but Cavan has actually gained the level before the other players. You are level 3.
Bullshit.
They are not.
This is going to be some after show conversation, people. Stay tuned.
What are you going to do, Cavan, at the door?
Cavan is rushing in. He sees the wizard come running towards him. He sees this hobgoblin come running
Just a
towards
goblin.
him. Oh, it's just a goblin?
Just a goblin,
Okay.
not a hobber. Just a
And
goblin.
then he sees this weird creature in the middle of the room. He wants to pick up the goblin
Okay.
and rush toward this creature.
Okay. Let's do athletics roll versus.
Get on the other side of him.
With me, goblin.
Oh, fuck.
That was a 1.
God.
I'm going to use DM inspiration.
All right. You just need to beat a 5.
Okay.
He's only a goblin.
There we go. 18.
You pick him up. Let me go. Let me go. And you're racing him over, and you're right next to this Voidwalker creature.
Do I get an action, or was that my action?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And then I...
Do it.
Yeah, do I...
Should we go over your oaths again?
I think you should.
Redemption, right?
Uh-huh.
Yours is retribution, presently.
His first act. is
I feel
against
weak again.
Soleen.
He loses it right off the bat.
Who had a day?
Peace, innocence, patience, and wisdom.
Peace, innocence.
Violated 4 out
I
of
need
5.
to write
Not
these
bad.
down. Hold on. I need to write these down.
I mean, I would
Peace.
consider throwing a goblin quite a wise decision.
What we need are flashcards for him.
Guilt card.
Guild card.
Patience. Wisdom.
Redeemers are idealists, but they are no fools. They know that undeads, demons, devils, fiends, supernaturals, threats are just inherently evil.
Okay.
Does that include goblins?
Anything blue and black is good. You can go for it. You're good to go.
Yeah, he drops the goblin and
Thanks. He flips you the bird.
At least he has to waste an action to leave. Great job, Cavan.
Actually, he dropped him in the sphere of influence, so now it's
Yeah.
it's true. Opportunity attack by the void creature.
What is Cavan doing?
Cavan is swinging the warhammer.
A warhammer. Is that a one-handed or two-handed?
He's doing it one-handed.
One-handed with a
It is
shield in the
versatile,
other.
but he had the guy, so
Oh, that's
I
right. Yeah.
figured
All right, go
it's gonna
for
be
it.
one-handed. And that is 16.
16 is a hit.
All right. 11 points of bludgeoning.
Ooh,
Yikes.
nice.
11 points. It resists and only takes half of that.
Ah, okay.
It is now barely injured. It is the Void Walker's turn. It took out one. It will try to take out a few more. It strikes at the paladin that just struck it and strikes at you with a 13 to hit.
Oh, that does not hit.
Is a miss, and then lashes out at your brother Cole.
No!
Cole, you were attacked. Oh, with a 12 to hit.
No!
Misses with both, and
These are cool.
starts to flay smaller tentacles outside of it as it's building some power for its next turn. Cole, it is your turn.
Cole is going to shift 5 feet over to
Nope,
make
you're
sure.
going to make a perception roll first.
Perception roll!
Oh, I didn't get a perception roll on my turn.
That's closer. That's a 9.
I don't think that was your target number.
I think 12 was what I
I
was
think it was a
supposed to say,
12.
right? Yeah.
Did you? I don't think you start. Did you start there?
I started over there, yeah.
Oh, then you can make it. Yeah.
Yeah, 18.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 19.
You can see that crack of darkness hanging over the magical portal. The lines are bending around it. They are not part of it, but it is somehow, again, feeding off of the power of these lines. You can see that there is a space beyond, a realm beyond, something you've never seen before, but you can see off in the distance, distant footfall of more tendrils of another Voidwalker in the distance.
Oh. We have to close the gate immediately.
Do that.
I don't. Where's the cube?
It's right here.
Cole swings.
She rolls
There's
the cube
more to
across
do.
the room.
That's going to be an 11, which is a miss.
Swing and a miss.
God.
Valamir, you're by the door.
Dice aren't playing anymore.
Valamir will take a moment.
Come get it.
Fiona, you are closest. You must go back.
Sorry, I'm going to roll advantage because I'm flanking.
You
Yep.
are with your
Yes.
brother. That's good.
It's the same roll.
All right. Why did you waste our time with
I'm
that?
sorry.
You have to shut it down. And
I opened it by putting it in.
That's yep. That's how you.
Well, finders keepers. Now do it again.
the blue lines are the trouble. And
You said not to put it in the lines.
Don't cross the streams.
Valamir will cast Firebolt.
Firebolt at the creature.
Yep. And gonna miss. Probably an 11.
11 is a miss. Zerm goes.
And actually, I'm gonna step 5 feet to the left and block the door.
All right.
Nice.
Zerm is going to.
And if Zerm turns around, Valamir's like, they're just waggling a
Yeah.
finger and shaking his head like, nope,
We're
don't bother.
Cavan looks at Zerm and says, "Fight with us or die."
Zerm was going to run
That is
for it.
intimidation if I've ever heard it.
Zerm said, get it! And he casts Magic Missile again. 1, 2, 3, +3 all at one creature and does 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage. And the creature seems agitated by that and focuses on him, but it is Fiona's turn. What did you say? 9 points.
9.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Don't listen to Valamir.
She's not. Because she still sees Vessel down on the ground.
Yeah.
So what she's gonna do? Can I get?
Is that a second Voidwalker?
There's
oh my
a
God.
slowly off in the distance, you can just see a leg starting to appear.
Can Fiona get next to Vessel?
Chris, that's you.
Yep.
Yep,
can.
she sure can.
Yep.
What's your move speed?
25.
Nice. Just got there.
And she's going to take her hammer and do a little spin with it and cast Cure Wounds on Vessel.
You can do that?
Oh yeah.
We've been forgetting your dying rolls.
They would have only had one.
I don't die. I'm immortal. Would that be just one turn then?
It doesn't matter. She's going to bring you back, so we're fine.
Okay.
I got to remember that.
Bring you back with 8 points.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That's good health.
Vessel is conscious yet again.
Exhausted.
I like the minus dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that too. It is Aragus's turn.
I will, as she takes out her hammer and whatnot, Aragus will take the cube
Yep.
and he'll say,
Like a football handoff?
yeah, pretty
Yep,
much.
exactly.
Go, Flash, go.
Well, yeah, he'll
Go,
say,
Flash, go.
He won't say that. He'll say something cooler. He'll say, "You're much better with the weapons than I. I will do my best to handle this," and I'll dash
Hands it off.
to the field.
Back this way.
Yeah, if I'm anywhere near the inside of it, I don't have any actions left, I guess, so I'm done. But
Bonus action.
bonus action to touch it to a blue form of light.
All right.
Basically the opposite of what she
the
did.
look on Tom's face.
The opposite of what.
What's that mean?
The pause and the look of really.
Actually, instead of putting it up, as I get there, I'll be looking it through it to see where the lines are as I approach.
It is, yeah, similar to what I mentioned before. There's a large line that goes out vertically, and there's a whole bunch that go out west to the room that you were just in the magical circle.
And I will do basically the exact opposite of what Fiona did, and I'll move it to touch one of the blue lines.
Oh no.
Okay.
Tron style.
See what happens.
You reach up and you touch one
gonna
of
be
the
fine.
blue lines,
Yep.
and nothing happens.
Told you.
Okay.
You stand there and you hold. Nothing still happens. And after a while, you pull it back, and there's no change.
I'll yell as much to whoever can hear me from behind the pillar. Nothing. I touched it to the blue, the larger form of light. Nothing happened. I need someone with a keener sense. Valamir. Cavan, Vessel, anyone.
Valmir's by the door, just closing it behind him quietly.
Yeah. If that did nothing, then
Valamir's not home. So sorry.
I'm only seeing the two
Time to
options
meet
here.
this
I'm
tuna
not really
cat.
sure what else. Without like seeing the thing, I can't make heads or tails of what else.
All right, Vessel, is your turn. We also have a custom house rule. Standing up is half your move.
Standing up is half my move. All right.
So don't stand
Well,
up.
from here, I'm standing up, drawing a weapon, and smacking the creature.
Okay.
Bum. I've got that. I'll spend a hero point to cancel that natural one.
Good idea.
DM inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Maybe
it's
we should call it hero points just to get rid of that
Uh,
inspiration word.
Yeah.
12
It would be helpful.
12 is a miss.
Okay.
Cavan, toe-to-toe with this beast, side by side with your long buddy who you haven't seen in a long time, you and Zerm. What are you going to do?
Cavan is taking another swing
Use your advantage.
with advantage.
Because of your brother on the other side.
15?
15 strikes and hits.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's going to be... Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
I got it.
So that's 23 points of damage using
Wow.
Divine Smite.
We need to know what is what types of damage.
Okay. 10 of it is bludgeoning,
Okay.
and then 13 of it is radiant.
What? What is the Divine Smite? 2d8 plus something?
It's 2d8, but when also the creature is undead or fiend, which I'm imagining it is.
It is not.
Ah!
But he's imagining it is.
It really, paladins are based on faith and belief.
That's true.
All right, it resists some of your bludgeoning, half your bludgeoning damage. What the radiant we might need to re-roll,
Yeah,
it sounds like.
I'll just re-roll the radiant.
So what did we roll?
So we're rolling
2d8 only,
2d8 only.
plus something, or just 2d8?
2d8 is
No,
huge.
just 2d8.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
plenty.
Burst of radiant damage comes through.
12.
Wow.
Nice.
12, none of which is resisted. All of it goes through with a big blow to the creature. It is now injured. It is the Void
What if
Walker's.
the cube goes in the sphere?
It's the Void Walker's
That's
turn.
not how shapes work.
Just
You can tell Aragus all this information. I will happily take it and use it and try to do what I can.
Void Walker is going to. Does he change things up? It reels in pain from that.
Yeah, he does.
Gosh darn. Reels in pain. Oof. All right. Instead, it lashes out with those small little tentacles that were just whipping around its body, and it blasts out in a whirlwind of nastiness, tentacles that lash at different people, and it is at Zerm, Cavan, and Vessel, essentially the bottom three. You each need to make strength saving throws 13 or take plenty of damage.
natural 20.
Oh my god!
The
blessing of Soleen,
Did Zerm
Zerm.
get the 20?
Zerm, what
Does
did I
Zerm
just say?
have the power?
Strength?
Yeah.
Here we go. Zerm, what do you got? What do you got? That would be so cool if I got it. He has rolled a 4.
Poor Zerm!
All right, Zerm takes 15 points of damage, is then grabbed, flung 20 feet against an obstacle. Yep, that would count. Smashed against the wall, taking 3 points of damage for every 10 feet thrown. So 6 more points of damage. I observe. And he drops and is out. It is Cole's turn. You see another second leg from the second Voidwalker appearing at the rift. It is not quite out yet.
We are not done here until someone closes that door. And he swings at the monster in front of him. The horrific.
Yeah,
oh my god, these dice
With advantage.
killing me.
With
Even with
advantage.
advantage, I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Jeez.
Again, that's 3 6s in a row. Miss.
Cole is getting shooken by this creature.
It's so scary, you guys.
Do you want a dice jail? Or
I'm not used to not being the biggest one in the room.
Valamir by the door.
God, I just want to leave so bad.
See you guys in season 5.
You're in a position.
Season 6 coming up. Yeah. So Valamir,
I guess.
Valamir's going to cast a firebolt again at the. Actually, you know what? He's not going to do that. He's going to say Fastus, Pastus, Macus, Retreatus, and use his final spell slot to cast Expeditious Retreat, which is a bonus action. It's concentration for up to 10 minutes, and the spell will allow you to move at an incredible pace. When you cast the spell, and then as a bonus action on each of your turns until the spell ends, you can take a dash action.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to...
That
then-
was a bonus.
Correct. So I'm going to take my my 2 run actions there. Get the full 60.
I was giving you a 25% chance of leaving.
You know, hand me the cube.
You race to Aragus on the other side of the
Yeah.
room.
Of course, boy.
All right, that is your
Why
turn.
don't you just like teleport?
Fiona.
Only 10%.
Show me where Fiona's at.
I can't.
She is not a big fan of being this close to the action. She is going to go back up to the north, to the wall. And she's going to take aim with her crossbow and shoot this thing. For a 19.
19's a hit.
Nice.
4 points of magical piercing damage.
4 points.
Yeah.
All of that 4 goes through.
Yeah!
Nice.
Aragus, you have handed off the football.
Yep.
And you are in the eastern room. What bold, awesome, game-changing action are you about to take?
I will strut or back around the corner so that the Voidwalker can get a full view of my stature, focusing directly on me for a moment. I will just say, 1, 2, 3. Are you compensating for something, or are those tendrils a little too big? I'll try a vicious mockery at him.
Okay.
12 for a wisdom saving throw.
Does vicious mockery require them to understand your
No, it
language?
does not. They just have to hear me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Who does that?
A
This,
cantrip.
this is wisdom?
Yep. Wisdom saving throw.
I don't think I like this.
Well, tough titties.
I rolled a 2.
Tough tendrils. I take a max damage of 4 psychic damage and disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Nice.
Nice.
You. They are mocked a son.
Both of them?
No
Just the one.
resistance that in any way.
There's
4,
none.
4 points?
4 points of psychic damage.
How do we close this?
And it is...
Disadvantage on the next attack roll
On
it
its
makes before the
next
next
Any ideas?
its next turn.
Wow, that's really good.
That's really, really good.
And I'm behind the table that's hopefully stood up. So.
Vessel, you just dodge like a Neo, these crazy tendrils whipping. What are you up to?
How's the creature appearing?
He's badly injured.
Badly injured.
Badly injured.
One of its tendrils is like limp, kind of dangling off.
I'm feeling the strength of Soleen, so I will lash out on my with my mace.
Okay.
No.
Cavan.
Yes.
I like to imagine that your mace like detaches difficultly from your body, and then you
It's back on a workbench.
Can Cavan drop his warhammer and pull out his his hand axe?
Yes, and that's still part of your attack.
Okay, he does so.
All right.
Seeing that was
Piercing.
somebody did some piercing and that it seemed to have a good effect. Natural 20.
Whoa.
Yeah! Goodness.
So that's going to
You're on
be
fire.
10, 16 piercing
16 piercing.
plus.
Half of that is resisted.
Oh.
I got
All right. So
magic on my
Um,
weapon.
Yep.
plus he's using divine smite
A second
again
time?
for 11 radiant.
You have 2 uses of that?
I have 3.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Boom! Big radiant magic blasts out. How much of it?
11.
11. Done. The creature is now badly injured still. Even worse, though. Great. It is the Void Walker's turn,
Disadvantage.
and it's got a turn on Cavan. It's going to do a double attack on Cavan, the first of which is disadvantage.
Keep yourself safe.
Of a bitch,
Here
Tom.
it comes.
I don't have my shield up
I mean,
right
it
now.
is the
Multiple
next
armed
attack, yeah.
creatures.
That is a 21 to hit
Oh, yeah, that
or 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Vicious mockery again. You mock me, sir. It misses. Another Void Walker steps out into this realm through the rift and appears. It is Cole's turn.
I want the big monster. Let me take it. Cole swings and just does everything he can to just bring the Morningstar through it. For 15.
15 is a hit.
Finally. And I'm gonna hit it for 10 damage.
10. It resists half of that, but takes some damage. It is now critically hurt.
It's not dead.
Valamir.
So, describe this room to me again briefly.
Sure. It's got some rough stone. Looks like it's been worked on a long time ago. The wood is kind of faded in some parts. The ceiling has some
I don't
holes.
know
There's a
what
little
you
bit
were
of rain that's
expecting.
dropping through. Your footfalls are kind of muffled due to some of not only heavy dust in some areas, but actually some straw. There's some cooking stuff down at the bottom. There's an oven and then some onions and apples that are down there. It's about 20 onions and maybe 15 apples. It does not look like hobgoblins were involved. Perhaps the innkeeper.
I hate your perception.
The
roll.
innkeeper's name, by the way, I don't know if we went over that before, but okay. Other than that,
I have a
it's
follow-up question. How are the arches in this?
the arch. Now we're talking. Next to you is a bright yellow light. It's about 4 feet in radius, but it's not quite a sphere, but it's just this cloud that's rotating around slowly, and it's giving off this bright yellow light that lights up the room.
And looking through the cube,
Yes.
I see that light.
You see a big blue beam of light that goes up into the ceiling, and then like a dozen thinner ones heading to the other side of the room to the west.
Fiona, did you stick it in the big blue light or the little ones?
The yellow,
Not the blue?
not the blue.
God damn it. And I'll just shove it straight into the big blue beaming thing.
All right, you have problems when you do this, Chris. In the past, you stick it in there and nothing happens, just like Eric.
Yeah, you're doing what I did.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I forgot who it was. Okay, so I turn and I have my dash as a bonus action.
If you do it as a bonus action. So you have one, that would, you have essentially 3 actions. You have a move left and a standard you can convert into a bonus.
Okay.
And you have to use that standard to trigger your spell. You have to have spent some sort of action to have lifted that up.
Gotcha.
Standard
Okay.
or bonus, and then
Gotcha. So I will move once and then also look again, if I may, into like where all the blue
Okay.
where the void walkers and everything else is.
Big shadow rift.
Yeah.
You're going to look through the cube to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking there, you see a whole bunch of blue lines that are heading towards above the magical circle. That's where the rift is, and then the lines are warped, almost like a black hole style thing, warped up around it as though it's misshapening the magic in that area.
Do I have any concept of what realm that is that the void walkers are coming out of?
No.
I am
you
at
think?
a loss.
What if we put the cube in the shadow?
Okay. And I think I'm done though. I don't have any more moves.
No, you can't. You can get a move.
All right.
No. I think I'm done.
It's time to hand off or help the group out.
No, let's just be done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving forward. All right.
All right, racing west, jumping over a bed. It is Fiona's turn.
And a dead hobgoblin.
Not quite dead.
She's gonna take
Very
aim
much
with her
hurt.
crossbow at this first.
Oh, you're
Void
gonna steal a
Walker.
kill.
With this weed walker?
23 to hit.
Is a hit.
It's only
Wow.
3 points of damage.
3
so
points.
3 points of unstop
blocked.
damage. Is it good?
Blocked.
Aragus.
Oh, it's still there.
Still
Her,
there.
her damage gets all the way through. For some reason, piercing gets all the way through.
I'll just say, I don't know who's more screwed, but I hope it's you! And I'll do another vicious mockery at him.
All right, this was
12
wisdom. He's going to make it this time. I can feel it with a 10 plus nothing is 10.
God damn it, fucking D4s.
Are you bouncing your out of your trade?
Yeah, somehow the triangles are triangles of sadness. They just keep.
Use the D12 for, baby.
I swear to God, with this thing. 4 max damage.
There you
Okay.
go.
4 points of psychic and disadvantage on its next attack.
All right. It is Vessel's turn.
So it's still up 4 points, or was that
4
the
points
other
of psychic damage. No, it's the.
We haven't
The
touched the
one in front?
second one.
Yeah,
one? Oh, okay.
Nope.
Yeah,
So we got to
I'm-
do this all over again.
Have we noticed that there's
maybe.
any
There's a
contact with anyone here with the lines of the sphere?
Yes, Cole is touching. There's a line that lightly goes through Cole, but doesn't seem to have any effect on him.
Making me angry.
Making him miss my rolls.
Vesselus changes position and intercept one of the lines with his body
Okay.
and try to draw on that energy.
That would be a disengage and then a move.
Okay.
All right, you disengage and you move. You step into some of these lines where the magical sphere used to be. That does get you closer
There.
towards this newer Void Walker.
I do not know fear.
And as you do so, you regain a level 1 spell slot as you are filled with energy. Magical energy.
Oh, nice.
Haven, it is
If you
your
make it level
turn.
3, right?
Be careful, Vessel!
Can't
All right.
protect you over there.
I feel power.
Cavan takes one last swing. What he hopes is one last swing at this monster.
With advantage, brotherly advantage.
Yeah, that's 22
It hits.
and 10 points of slashing damage.
Of slashing. It resists half of that. It is still standing.
Any smitey goodness there?
I think I can decide.
Oh, yeah, it's your choice.
You get 3 casts of it?
When you hit, you can expend. Yeah, I can use however many spell slots
Do it.
I want.
Kill it.
Kill it.
wanted to be a war priest.
Yeah.
Or save it for me so I can take the kill.
Oh, that's right. It's not number of uses. It's spell slots you're burning. They got
Yeah.
it. Now, yeah. You have 3. What you
Sure.
doing?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
And that's 7 radiant.
7 radiant.
Yeah.
It had 7 hit points remaining.
Wow.
Radiant magic blasts out, and the creature shrivels and implodes on itself, flailing little tendrils lashing out at you. You duck. Cold ducks, continues to flail out, disappears, and you just see its 2 little eyes there for a moment, and they blink and then fade away.
I get half of that.
The other Void Walker is now taking his turn. He has come out. He's a perfectly timed fresh new one, apparently.
Yeah.
He steps out and engages the closest enemy, which is Vessel, and multi-attacks the Cleric Warforged
Oh,
healer
God.
of the group.
If he's out of reach, I can't defend him.
Can I do the?
I'm sure you
Could be
can't.
done at the. Could be done at this. The thing. Anyway.
The
All right,
defensive
you are
thing you have.
struck at with a 23 to hit
That's a hit.
and a 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right, you take.
Vessel's down.
I even told you the damage.
Go ahead.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning,
Vessel's down.
Good night.
and then he strikes you a second time, which gives you a death saving throw.
So I am there. I am
Failure.
there.
And you already have fatigue
yes.
1, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I'm
he's
good.
going.
What's
Tracking
the
that.
exhaustion 1?
This adds to that. This is a fail to that save then.
No, you don't make the save till your turn.
Oh, okay.
So you're fine for now.
But he already has one failure.
One
I have
failure
one
against.
fail right
so you're looking for best 3 out of 5, and you're
That-
already down 1.
That's the coins you got there in front of you, buddy. So
Thank
can-
you.
One of the dead coins.
Cole,
wondering what
you
these
are
were.
up.
Oh God, Vessel, no! Cole will move
That
in.
didn't sound really heartfelt, honestly.
Oh, I just
on.
I didn't want him to leave. Why, God?
It's more like
Vessel,
Vessel.
idiot.
That's all.
I don't even know these rules.
So Cole's gonna move to underneath, basically where the Shadow Rift is that the Voidwalker just walked out of.
Okay.
So he can get behind him, but also be ready for whatever's up there. Can I see what's up there?
You can see there is this crack. It's like a shadowy wound in the air. You can see beyond there is black obsidian rock of some terrain, and you can see some huge bright red light off in the distance, and then breaking up that light you can see is more tendrils off in the distance.
Oh God. Okay.
If you jump through that, we're leaving you there.
Cold Rift Walker.
Got enough.
How did we close the
Do
void
here.
last time?
I'm gonna swing at this one. Take it down for
You did.
15.
Yeah, that's a hit.
15 hits.
Oh, he did.
6 damage
6 damage.
for
It re-
15. If 15 still hits this one.
If 15 still hits, and you did 6 damage.
Yes.
It resists half of that and takes some damage. You cracked it. Valamir, very close to this chaos and mess and lines and magic.
Not happy about any of what I'm about to do. Valamir, holding the cube out, walks into the blue light, making sure that the cube hits one of the intersecting lines of the blue light.
Oh, it sounded like there was more.
There is. I'm going to see what happens first.
All right. There is a huge coalescence of blue energy, and multiple lines bend and go towards that cube, and it feeds back, and the blue lines come down and force themselves into the rift to get back to their natural magical plane, horizontal plane. Penetrating that rift, there is a huge crack and a sucking of air sound. There is a pulling sensation, and Cole resists it.
Oh!
The wound in the air seals up. You can see Cole.
Just flies right up.
I must go. My people call me.
Hold your eyes. You see a couple blue eyes in that crack just fade away in the distance, and then it grows quiet. The creature next to you then shrieks and implodes upon itself, dying as well. And it grows quiet again. Valamir is looking around, kind of with a bit of a smile on his face, and then there is boom, and a huge detonation for everyone within the lined sphere that is on our map. That is both Cole and Vessel, who is wounded down there. There is a huge blast. Cole, make 2 dexterity saves. Target number, don't roll yet. No, that's a reroll.
Okay.
2 dexterity saves. Target number is going to be, we'll do 13 and then 13 and 14.
13 and 14. First roll. That is a 9.
Okay.
Second roll. Natural 20.
Wow.
How does
Big
that
decision, Tom.
How does that work? All right. The first one is the damage that you take.
Say the natural 20 lands on top of Vessel and saves him a second roll.
9 to Cole.
No.
Not yet.
Sorry, I need to roll one more. That is 9 points of force damage. As you are hit, massive chunk of this top floor of the lighthouse is burst out, and the energy sends you flying out that opening, except your brother grabs hold of your hand and keeps you from getting blasted out.
Cole.
However, there is another target within this
Hold on,
area.
I need to resolve something here.
Yes.
So he took 9 points of damage.
Yes.
By my math on here, that puts him under 0.
Correct.
And-
-2.
Cole drops unconscious into his brother's arms.
Who's carrying who now?
It is our friend Vessel.
I have 2 failed saves.
Oh my god.
If I'm understanding,
No.
the first one was fail. The next one, point of damage, would have automatically failed me, wouldn't it?
He took a hit.
So no.
This is not Pathfinder where they continue
I'm just
on.
asking.
No, so you reset back to 0 saves, and then you got some damage, so you're at 1 failed.
one failed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry, looking up the condition here. Automatically fails. And you are blasted and get another death save fail.
That's
So now
that's
you're
2.
at 2.
I'm at
Now
2.
I'm caught up with you. And you are blasted out the hole.
Oh no.
Can I do a dex or
When you say out the
strength
hole,
or
Out the roof.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. Even though Vessel is down, never mind. You don't have my reaction. I was wondering if you had my interception reaction.
I don't.
And I'm unconscious. I can't do anything.
Can I do a roll to try
Oh,
and
wait, nope,
catch
I can't do it.
Vessel
Oh,
from flying out as well?
You can also everyone within
have to
this room
rebuild
recovers a level 1 spell slot. So if that helps you at all, but I think you're at full.
When
so
does
you're
that
fine.
happen?
Right now.
Before he flies out the room?
Yeah, immediately.
You're not in the sphere though.
No, everyone. It's
It
doesn't matter
for
what's about
no
to
one ever
happen.
takes damage, but the magic lines.
As soon as I see any motion from Vessel in a not walking fashion,
He is being blasted horizontally out the side opening destruction with bricks.
and I cast Featherfall on Vessel as he flies out.
He flies out. He falls to his death just as your spell hits, and then all is quiet. And then you slowly walk out and check and look out the hole, and you see he is 40 feet down, slowly dropping down. You also see him slowly dropping down into the water. That's what the water is.
Yeah,
Down.
Oh, great.
Get the boat! Get the boat! Get the shrimp!
He's unconscious.
yeah. Oh, and very heavy, I would imagine.
Very heavy.
I
Filling
mean,
with
Aragus
water.
is gonna if no one else is immediately
If
start.
it puts anyone's mind at
running.
ease, no, I'm not going to tell you anything right now. Okay.
Fiona's halfway out the door.
Okay.
already.
yeah, we're gonna get to the boat.
Valamir
Or, you know.
says to,
Cole is
Okay.
unconscious.
yeah.
You just tell it to Cole. He doesn't hear anything. You turn to Cavan.
I know,
Cole's
well-
not listening to me.
I have another Featherfall if you so wish to get down soon. Quicker.
Someone has to catch him as I'm running out the door.
I can stabilize your. Is stabilize a thing here?
Featherfall on top of Featherfall.
Okay, yeah. I can stabilize your brother. Go get Vessel.
Okay.
Remember your vows.
You don't know that happened yet. You do not know that happened.
We are going to so use that against you every time we can.
Remember your vows. You said.
You do not know that
Fetch my
happened,
slippers.
bitch.
Remember your vows.
I
Redeem
do.
yourself to me. Remember your vows.
Patience.
It's like morality kryptonite.
I'm just judging
Yeah,
the fastest
sure.
way to get there is
Yeah,
Straight down.
Going-
the,
yeah,
is
going
the
down
hole
or-
in this top? Is the hole
The whole
somewhere?
side wall has been blasted out.
So, Cavan just looks at Valamir, nods, and
I'll cast when you're close. Don't worry.
You gotta catch up to him. Is the point?
I still, you gotta time it just
You gotta get it
right.
just
Yeah, I say that as he's going.
You do have to cast a little bit later because you got to catch up with me.
Runs and jumps out the hole.
Oh wait, was that level 1?
And I wait until the last moment I can to cast it.
until he's 55 feet away.
Oh, ritual.
1,000 aisles, 2,000 aisles, 3,000 aisles.
You go falling, and it seems like an eternity. And instead of condemning the name Cole, it's Valamir. As you go down, right at the last second, Tom cruises you in the computer room, and you're just above the ground, slowly lowering, and you gently go into some water near the shore, and are able to pull yourself up to the side and grab a hold of Vessel as he floats down and bring him to you. You are holding on to him, both of you now in the water, catching your breath. And what do you say as you hold on to the cleric?
Oh my god, I don't even know. Let's not get you rusty.
And with those words, we will stop there for tonight. Except far away, there is a land of black stone as far as you can see, inside some huge domed underground area, several miles, lit up by magma pouring and dripping down, magma running through crevices on the ground. There are, say, a dozen void walkers moving around, closing in towards a tear that shows into some stony lighthouse top, and the tear disappears. And then the void walkers kind of slow down and stop. Off in the distance, there is a doorway. In this doorway is a chamber, and you see our view. You can see some hooded figures, brown hoods over their heads, surrounding an individual, a tall individual. And the individual says, "So the cube was used. Where? What world have we found?" And one of the robe things says, "It is a world known as Varen." The figure rises up from a sitting position. He is bald, very humanoid-like, 10, 12 feet tall, muscular, wearing just a harness and a loincloth, and bronze as all hell. He draws forth, actually sheathes a shiny long sword in one side and says, "We will have to figure out how this works without our ships." And holds out his hand, and one of the robed guys extends forth his other weapon, a chrome, big, oversized, thick, 6-shot revolver with big, thick bullets inside of it that he takes and holsters on his right side. And he says, "Then this begins in Varen." And now we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. This was very interesting for Jeremy, if no one else, going back and forth. I'm sure we have lots to chat about in the after show. If you would like to hear the after show, consider supporting us on patreon.com. Just a few bucks certainly goes a long way. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.